All right, whatever. Fuck it. Welcome to the Rusty Chatters podcast.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Fuck it.
For all you Bill O'Reilly fans out there. Well, the old people that are listening that are obviously not, you know. But anyway, welcome to the Rusty Chatters podcast. This is Spencer, that's Russell, that's Barry, and fuck the other guy. And
is that me?
Yep. So I'm gonna
anyway.
get right into it. So everybody's raving about this new Oculus that's out, right? You've heard of it. It's like the VR set, but
yeah,
for
I have
phones
one.
and
You
apps.
played it.
I'm getting one for
I don't think
Christmas.
anybody's raving about it at
Okay,
all.
no, I get people asked about it all the time in the fucking shop. All right, so here's the deal. There is a game called Surviving 9/11, and that's probably the most tackiest thing I've ever heard in my life.
What?
There's a fucking game, Surviving 9/11. Like, what are you walking through the building and like push this guy out to live? Like, knock that motherfucker out.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Like, how tacky is that?
Yeah, but the
dude?
catch to the game is you don't survive. There's
I
nothing
know,
you can
that's
do.
even tackier.
Oh my god.
Do you start out in the plane or do you start out in the building?
No, you
I don't
start
know,
out in the
dude.
building. You're like chilling there. Like you like have like a couple tasks where you like do a little bit of office work. Next thing you know, everybody starts screaming and the plane flies into the building. And then, but I think you
You
only
do office work as in like, hey, you're like, hey,
Yeah,
I'm in the building department today. Like,
yeah, pretty much. The next thing you know, like a plane flies into the building, and
That's so fucked up, dude.
but
Like,
it's fucked up because
it's like, which side do you want? Bad guys or good guys? You know, and you're either the guy.
either way you're dying.
Yeah, you're
So
dying either
There's
way.
no real winners here.
It's like you're either right there in the plane, like tapping the pilot on the back. Come on, you got this. You got to do it for all of us. Or you're dude in there just doing some invoices. You know, maybe gets up, goes the cop machine, and then
Just
blam, like
do not copy my butt.
So, hold on,
Yeah,
can you only like select a character that's a part of the building, or could you be a firefighter or a police officer?
everybody dies. It really doesn't matter.
Well,
who
not
you get.
everybody.
I mean,
sometimes-
I don't know. All I know is like I watched a gameplay of it like a couple years ago. That was really interesting. But like basically,
That sounds so insensitive, though.
Extremely. My God.
is it really that insensitive?
Yes.
Or are you like putting yourself in the shoes of somebody that had to deal with that and you have to
Okay,
make,
okay.
Now bear with me. So
Yeah, let's let him destroy his own self.
all right, so anyway, basically you're like sitting there like living out your life, and the next thing you know, like disaster strikes, and then it takes you through the actual panic of like one of the people involved in it, that you're trying to find these exits. You can't go to the floor below you because that's where the plane crashed, and you're just kind of trapped up above there. And then you're like trying to like fend off flames, do all this other stuff, and you're just like kind of freaking out as well. And you see the windows open. So what
There's
do you
like
do?
the terrorists on fire running at you, like somehow he made it out.
They're powder at that point.
Yeah,
But anyway,
all of them more vulgar. It's just a
But it's
vulgar
Hollywood, man. Some of them made it.
all I'm saying is like, and then you have to like make the decision within yourself to like, either die in the fire or jump off the building.
But how's this explaining that it's not insensitive?
So I'm not saying it's
Okay,
not insensitive. I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah,
Man.
like,
Here we go.
where's-
We got the sequel here, Surviving Columbine. You're sitting there eating your fucking bag lunch, and out of nowhere you kick over the table and you got to hide because the dude's going ham in the cafeteria, right?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
yeah, there's gotta be like a hero mode to that. Like you turn into like Doom guy and just like
yeah,
wreak
you're like,
havoc.
I will not stand for this. Bow, you get fucking killed. I'm like,
Yeah.
there you go. That was your hero moment. You outspoke against the guy and you got shot anywhere.
Oh, there is a pretty sweet game. It's called man, I forget what it's called. It's I think it's not called Rage. Rage is a totally different game, but it's something like that. It's like an arcade kind of style, like side scrolling type thing. And basically what you do is you take control of a mass shooter and just like go through and just
game.
like
Oh my
massively like kill everybody.
Look, man, I remember when I was,
it's like a Grand Theft Auto, but in story mode.
Yeah, it's more of a story mode Grand
yeah,
Theft Auto.
Well, yeah, of course. Growing up
I mean,
playing
it's all
Grand
about
Theft Auto.
presentation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's the same shit as Grand. You have the freedom to kill whoever you want in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, but Grand
Yeah.
Theft Auto, at least it makes it a little more like, at least you have the option. You run missions or go on killing sprees. Of course, as kids, you just did killing sprees all day. You didn't do.
Yeah, I never did any missions.
No, I didn't either. I
You
just,
I
just
literally
went on killing sprees all day.
I went up to like the top of a building, was just sniping people, like getting 5 stars, and then just running away.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
just
just
like
run
that.
around.
And,
that
then
was
you
it.
hit the cheat code and you get the cops off of you.
Oh,
when you
yeah.
can't do it no more.
And you start all over again. So either
Or you
way,
just
it's all about
jetpack
presentation.
away.
It's just how you like to go about it. Is either do you like to be the guy in the black trench coat running around, just like big boy and little kids and stuff like that, letting them meet their maker, or
Dude, honestly, finding the cheat codes as a kid for like GTA was not easy for me.
well, it's super easy for me. All I had to do was put the Game Shark in.
Or tips and tricks or GameSpot.com. There's like a gajillion.
You know what, man?
I didn't have access to the internet like you guys. Yeah, yeah.
No, look. I bought. So back
we
in the
did
day,
have internet, but it was AOL, and it just.
Back in the day,
And
my
then you
DS,
receive a
like I had
phone call
the
from a
Game Boy
solicitor.
Advance. No, SP is what it was. The little
the
flippy.
flipper on.
Flippy. And you know, I was like, man, I saved up all my pennies, and I was like, I bought a Game Shark from Walmart.
What year is this?
Huh?
What year is this? Saving
Probably
up all my
2005.
pennies. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't fucking know, man. It was probably like $35 at Walmart. I was fucking proud that I bought it for myself. Did you get
With
off
the
my
money
dick?
that you know saved from your parents, so you would like, dude, I would do that too.
Then
It's
your
like,
dad pawned.
They give you
Hey,
like $2
first of
for
all,
lunch,
It's
and
not
then you
saving
choose.
from my parents. It's hiding from my parents. You got to understand my childhood.
Oh no, I understand you completely.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
Man,
is like
shut the fuck up, dude.
the same
This
concept.
motherfucker grip
though.
on Voss water, man. Like, fuck no.
Y'all think I live with my dad? No, I'm not gonna go that way.
But anyway, all I'm saying is like whenever you would stop, you would like choose not to eat lunch and just like starve throughout the school day.
No,
and-
I got free lunch. I was a poor kid.
fair enough.
I'm right there with you.
Shout out to the system.
Yeah.
And what was weird about that was like
System
I was
paid off.
definitely poor enough to do it, but my grandparents like too proud, so they just give me like $1 and like 2 quarters and like a few dimes and stuff. It's like, here's your lunch money.
And
Yes,
every day
I
you
got
go-
that.
You go up to the lunch lady and like, baby, your lunch is free. Just take it. It's all I have. Baby, we do this every day. I'm not taking your money. It's free.
No, I'll tell you what though, I was always jealous of the people who got it free. I'm like, man.
Because
It
I
never
wish I
happened.
could be that poor.
Yeah, like,
I get my free lunch, then I take that money that I got for snack, and then I go ball out on the bitches at the ice cream stand.
Oh yeah, dude, you had to
Skittles.
make that choice.
Come out.
Am I eating Salisbury steak today, or am I going to the damn ice cream cart?
Exactly.
Oh man. Yeah. Then we have like a 2.5-hour baseball practice after that. and
Yeah,
just be
but
like, damn it.
let's be clear. You have to understand, Barry was super proud about getting that Game Boy because that's like the first thing he's had in 6 months and ain't been pawned or sold to the fiends.
Well, first of all, man, I had many a Game Boys, and they definitely like I'd have it for a couple of days and it was gone. Then I'd have it for a couple of days and it was gone. Then I'd have it.
it's like, oh, that dog we just brought you? Yeah, well, it ran away, which meant pound or we
Dude,
had
I
to
had a
sell it.
hamster run away once. Just
Tied up in
disappeared
a
straight
bag,
from the cage. I don't know
throw
what
it
the
in the
fuck happened
garbage.
to it.
Yeah, man, all the fucking
But no, back like what I was saying. So I got that Game Shark, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm about to fucking jailbreak Pokemon or whatever the fuck I was playing. I only had like 2 games. I mean,
fill me in. What
Yeah.
what is Game Shark again?
so Game Shark was back in the day, before you could kind of jailbreak things like just, easily like online, like how you do now. And, so basically it was like you plug it in and it should.
It was a disc.
Oh, so it's actually a.
it was for your PS2.
No, so you
Okay,
plugged it. You
okay.
plugged it in your game slot, and then you plug your game into it. That's how it was for the Game Boy Advance
well,
SP.
like the way it actually worked was you'd put the Game Shark in, and it'd come up and it had this whole giant menu of like hundreds of games.
How'd y'all get that?
I don't know how I came across it, but I got it.
I bought it at Walmart.
Like Walmart?
Yeah, Walmart used to sell that shit.
Oh,
But anyway, and then you like go through these lists of games, right? And you'd be like, oh, I want to play, Metal Gear Solid or something like that, and I want to activate these cheats. You select the cheats you want to activate, then you immediately just pull the Game Shark. You don't like cut it off or anything. Just pull the Game Shark out, throw your disc in, boom, it's got the cheats ready to go. As long as you had a memory card, I
been a
believe.
shyster since he was
Dude,
a
I
kid.
never figured out how to use it. Never figured out how to use it. I was pissed off the whole fucking time. just white knuckling, dude. And then you know what? Side note: talk about my Game Boy Advance SP, like, and how like it came and gone so many times. Just like my dad would kind of like pawn it off to some of his, his friends for substances.
His very,
Yeah.
very
And,
reliable friends.
You know what? And you know how I know I always get the same one back?
Most
Just
reliable
in
friend
case
you
the guy had like a surplus of them. He's like, I guess it was yours. You know what I mean? My dad accidentally put a cigarette on mine one day, so I had like this nice little burn.
how do you accidentally put a cigarette?
Like all those accidental cigarettes put out on your neck when you're being bad. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's
like,
terrible.
To be fair, is like honestly, I think your drug dealer is probably the most reliable person in your life. Anytime
Absolutely not. You ever
anytime
had a good, reliable drug dealer? I haven't.
no. So there was this guy in Grand Bay that used to sell people weed back in the day, and apparently his thing was he would show up like 2.5, 3 hours late, but he would tell you, "Hey, I'm meeting you by the Chevron at the railroad tracks in Grand Bay, so come there." And you'd be like, "Hey,
There's 4 chevrons by different railroad tracks in Grand Bay.
well, yeah, anyway, you'd be sitting there, and he'd be like, "Yeah, man, I'm on my way." You call him, "Yeah, dude, I'll be there in like 10 minutes." Like 2 hours go by. That's the kind of drug dealer. So it depends, man.
Yeah, well, dude, when you're buying $5 worth of weed, like you probably were, man,
You're
like,
bottom bitching.
First of all,
you're definitely down on the fucking
First of
top
all,
of the list.
He ain't buying
I
ounces.
wasn't.
My time, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't buying their marijuana. However, I knew somebody that was. Apparently, he wasn't very dependable. And his name is... That's who that was.
Does he listen to the podcast?
I don't know. I'm just going to beep it anyway.
I'm just gonna be anyway.
I don't know what he does. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, statute of limitations.
Go, man. Just throw it out there.
Just throw it out there. Just dime that man out. Statute of limitations. That shit was years ago, man. Fuck that shit.
Doesn't apply to guys talking shit.
Yeah.
But
Didn't you say we had an email?
Yeah, so here's one, and Trey, if you want to say anything, you're more welcome to. Just be sure to get in the mic. It sounds weird.
Yeah,
to the
sure. I got
listeners.
you.
All right, so so this guy sent us an email. He says, "Good old Rusty and I went to basic training together, and what a shitbag. JK, Rusty, you have to tell the guys about the guy at basic who was crazy on suicide watch the last week and probably the biggest redneck I've met in my life. I want to send you all guys a few questions for the podcast. First of all, we're going to talk about that fella you just mentioned. So there was this really, really bizarre kid, and I'm pretty sure he had Asperger's syndrome, and he had
the
it.
Burger Town.
Yeah. So he had it. No, but seriously, I think he had that because, like, when you're doing the basic training, you're on the post. They take you to get your hair cut every 2 weeks. They take you to this little PX, get your razors, whatever you need, whatever. And, realistically, if you're balling, you really spend a lot of money, you probably need to spend $70 if you're really got a whole lot of shit you got to buy. No kidding. This guy walked in this little gas station 2 times in a row, so every 2 weeks, spent $1,400 in this little gas station. He's buying books.
how
He's buying
so,
all
dude?
kinds-
My first 2 paychecks were like $300 and $500.
Well, I think he's like a specialist or something. I think he had some college. But either way, he's walking up in there just buying all kind of crap. And we're just looking at him like, what is wrong with you? And he's, well, obviously, he had Asperger's, poor guy. Asperger's, I'll keep saying it like that until somebody corrects me. So,
It's Asperger's.
so
The Bergs, man.
he said he's got some questions. Here we go. He says, best pickup.
Well, what about
line-
the suicide watch?
Oh, yeah. So,
he just
yeah,
Yeah, he
fucking-
took him.
Yeah, I'm like,
not that that's that big of a deal.
Talk about insensitive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. The guy had issues. He's like, I'm gonna kill myself. I have no money. I'm like, well, you spent all your money at the little gas station for like
What
last
can
month.
you buy at a gas station with $1,400?
I don't, dude.
Gas.
No, but no, the basic training gas
just-
station, there is nothing but like body wash, deodorant, toothpaste. Like there's nothing, like there's no candy, there's no drinks, there's nothing fun. There's no magazines. There's not.
You
there's
just have a
nothing.
limited imagination.
Is there
Yeah.
any jerky?
You can't buy anything of value. It's like nothing fun. But hey, that reminds me. Not only. All right, so you went to basic training with a guy who had Asperger's. Now,
Burger Town.
no, I'm not sure what was wrong with this guy.
Burger in paradise.
But I don't recall the guy's name or not.
Holy fuck.
But this guy was a little off, and he just kind of got passed along. All right, so
define passed along, because when I say passed along, I'm talking about a person. It's
all right,
very
if
different.
anybody's
What
been
getting trained on.
no, I'm saying as if anybody's been in the military who's listening to this, they're gonna understand exactly what I'm meaning. But check the box training.
Yeah.
All right, he got passed along through basic training, not in our stalls in the bathroom, but as in all the training steps. He just got passed along. But I cannot think of his name right now. I wish I could, man.
Doesn't matter.
But no, just for my own personal gain. And but no, this guy was super out there, and I don't think he was all there. But no, every bit of his training, he never passed anything. Couldn't pass the PT test, nothing. But they just checked the box. You're good to
Straight
go, buddy.
Private piling,
Yeah. Oh no, Private Paul got his shit together.
To be fair, he did.
He got all his
He's a
shit,
damn
put
good
it in the
shot,
bag, and got it
too.
together.
Damn good shot.
Damn good shit.
Yep, it only took 2. All right, but that's besides the point. No, so this guy, somehow along the line, like he talked to us here and there. He was weird. He wouldn't talk to nobody, but every now and then he'd talk to us, and he ran real funny. And he's like, well,
He ran real fun.
he's like, well, I fell one day and I broke both my ankles. And like, apparently he didn't go to the doctor or something like that, but he couldn't really run. He couldn't do anything like a.
His bones fused back together oddly.
Oh no, man! It was just old duck running the entire time, man. He was just just trying to just do anything. It was weird. And well, this
Just
guy,
kick him
man,
while he's down.
dude, this guy. So I mean, I don't know what he'd done beforehand. Like someone gifted him the class of Krav Maga or something like that. I don't know, but this guy would be in there like with pencils and shit, like. At one of our posts, pretend to like doing like knife attacks and shit, and he'd do it for like not for like 5 minutes. Like, oh, that guy's just fucking around. No, he would do it for like 2 or 3 hours, like at night. Like whenever like we're all like cleaning up the bay or like something like that, because your bay's gotta be clean every fucking night.
Yeah.
Now he's just sitting there, and just going at it. Like every now and then throw a karate chop or like the weird spin kick, but his ankles are all like stiff and shit, so he can't really spin. And like, dude, I promise that dude would be doing it for hours, and like you say something to him, he would just be like. And then it's like, go back to, and I'm like, oh, all right, hey, nobody fuck with that guy. You know what's gonna happen at night. He's gonna shiv your ass real quick. He's gonna shiv your ass and fucking shove a Tide Pod in your mouth. Say it was that.
Yeah, man.
And
He gonna give you that Ed Norton treatment.
Dude, sure enough, passed along, man. Like, oh yeah, it was the weirdest thing ever, man. It's like, hey, like, everyone's just like, hey, don't just roll with it, man.
Yeah, no, but to be clear, people, so I sound like a total asshole. Yes, the guy was on suicide watch about the last week, and I don't know. He was the type of guy where I tried to approach him like I'd approach everybody else, but he just didn't.
What did he get put on suicide watch for? Like, did
apparently he was trying to. I forget how he was trying to kill himself. I think he did a bunch of pills of some sort, probably like one of those painkillers. The gas station sells some of those.
No, they didn't sell them with us. Like the only
There's so many Tylenols you'd have to take.
I mean, apparently he tried it or talked about it,
$1,400 worth.
and it was scary. But here's the deal: it wasn't like he was the type of guy. Even though, like I said, he was a little off, and he wasn't like slowing the training down. It's not like we were doing push-ups for him every 5 minutes or anything. He just, maybe every now and then, like, all right, buddy, that's the other way. You put your book bag on the other way, type thing. But generally speaking, he wasn't
left strap, right shoulder type thing.
Yeah. But generally speaking, he wasn't. A bad guy, but apparently just the pressure of being away from everybody and having no money while he was there, but having everything in the store at the same time got to him.
We had own that gas station.
we had one guy on suicide watch, but it wasn't even that bad. And I was actually like during my fire watch, dude, I had to report him, so I'm kind of the reason he was on suicide watch. But
So you're the dick.
no, I'm not the dick. I mean, the guy was just like, he goes to the bathroom. People technically they're like, don't go to the bathroom at night. You know what I mean? They're like, you can't walk to our bay bathroom. Like they're being dicks, whatever, like drill sergeants. But of course, if I'm on fire watch, go do whatever you want to do. He comes back out and he's like, oh, I don't feel good. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't care. You know what I mean? He's like, I drank a bunch of this Pine Sol. Oh my God. And I'm like, well, shit, man, probably shouldn't have done that, I'm like, I'm over here like trying to hide up under this bed and take a nap, so in case somebody comes in there, they don't see me. You know what I mean? Or whatever I'm trying to do. I'm trying to avoid. I'm definitely shamming out. And dude just like starts immediately throwing up. He's like throwing up fucking bubbles.
You're serious?
Yeah, he started throwing up bubbles everywhere. And he's like, I don't feel good. Started laying on the ground. I was like, dude, well, you have to go get back in your bed, man. We gotta fucking wake up at PT here in a couple hours.
Dude, Barry's just not even.
Hey,
and sure enough, man, so he's like throwing up. Another guy on fire watch said, dude, we gotta go to the drill sergeant right now. I was like, you wanna wake him up? And he's like, dude, we got to. And I'm like, all right, if that's what you want to do. We went in there, I was like, hey, drill sergeant.
Barry would have let that man die.
No. Well, first of all, you have to you have to ask drill sergeant permission to speak, of course. Like, hey, drill sergeant, this is roster number ask permission to speak, drill sergeant.
But you've been speaking this entire time.
Yeah, no,
with it.
But you ask permission to speak.
I
and
know.
But it's stupid. And then they're usually like, go the fuck away. And like this time they weren't. They're like, what do you want, private? And I'm like, well, private so-and-so drank a bunch of piles. Like, why don't you just fucking say it? And I'm like, well, drill sergeant, I'd ask permission to speak.
And this highly bureaucratic regime that you run here is like there's checks and balances.
So he like runs in there, and then of course like the moment drill sergeant walks
He's
into
in there
the
throwing
room,
up and cleaning up.
everyone
the
has to
floor
yell
at the same time.
at ease. You know what I mean? So everyone like hops out their fucking bed and runs to the ready line real quick. Cause that's what you got to do. You know what I mean?
still seizing up.
Yeah, he's just on the floor just throwing up fucking suds. And now everyone's fucking awake.
It smells so good in there too.
Oh, man. And dude, it was fucking hilarious. I'm like trying to laugh because like it was basically trying to be pretty funny to me.
Jesus.
And he was fine, man, dude. It's just Pine Sol. It was like,
Isn't it like
Oh, it's just
fucking,
a Tide Pod.
At least it's not Drano. If it was Drano, we'd have a problem.
yeah. Oh no, dude, it was totally fine, man. He went to the doctor, man. They flushed him out, man. He was back and working with us a couple days later. He just slept in the drill sergeant's office because he was on suicide watch.
Dude, the crazy thing about it is, the last couple weeks while you're in basic, all they do is make you clean inside all day and go outside and do yard work in facilities all day. And some of the best moments I ever had was those last 2 weeks is skipping out on the work that was to be done and hiding out in the bathroom, acting like I'm taking a dump or just sitting up there. And let me tell you, every time I did, it seemed like something awesome happened. For example, I'd go up there, me and my boy would skip, and they'd be like, hey, where'd old PFC Rusty and all the motherfuckers run up to? Well, we can't find them. Everybody do push-ups. And I'd be up there just like, ooh, damn. Or, just kind of watching them do push-ups down there or something like that. Or another one, there was one where I was skipping out and I was upstairs and in the bathroom. And it was me and my buddy who currently lives in Florida. He's from Jackson, Mississippi. But anyway, we was up there chilling. And out of nowhere, these two guys bust in there and they're like, all right, man, we're going to fucking go right now. It's like, oh, these guys are about to throw down. And no shit, they just started going at it, scrapping. It was even fight. They're both trading them. I mean, and they went at it till they got tired. And we were just watching like, oh, ooh.
Were you like stand on top of the toilet?
They're just going all. I mean, this is a very big bathroom, so they're just going all under the sink, smacking each other, beating the shit out of each other. And we're just watching, like, ooh, should we interfere? It's like, nah, man, because then they'll know we're shaming. You know? Yeah. And so then we're like, should we go get somebody? Like, nah, man, we totally can't give up that we're shaming. We got to sit here and wait this out. And they pretty much just got tired. And then on the next day, one of them had a black eye, and the other one's got a busted lip. But one of them clearly got their ass beat a lot worse. But it was a good fight either way. And then I remember the next day, the drill sergeants were picking on him like, hey, man, heard you got boxed out in the bathroom last night. And they're like fucking with him, too. I'm like, all right, that's not cool.
No, dude, all the guys used to like fight in the laundry room with like socks in their hands so they wouldn't be bruises. Oh, yeah, dude.
That's so barbaric. Like, come on, I'm going to beat your fucking ass. Give me your Nike sock. Give me one more. It's just padded.
It's crusty.
Hey, give me a clean one. Fuck. Yeah.
It's like biochemical warfare at that point. It's like dirty fucking like grunt socks.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Athlete's foot in your eye. God damn.
Dude, let me tell you something, man. Like, something about soldiers, I guess because it's just young men in general doing dumb shit when they're away from home. But, you know, if I got to do something for 5 months, I know how to just act right and not just do dumb shit. But, man, I remember when I was doing some training in Fort Augusta. Not Fort Augusta. It's in Augusta, Georgia, Fort Gordon.
Florida Augusta.
There was we was in these, you know, in our barracks, whatever, and like 3 in the fucking morning in November. It was raining. It was cold. We get called out. Fire alarms going off. We're all in formation, just shivering ourselves to death and all this. And it's like, all right, which one of you fuckers left a fog machine on in the hallway? Set the fire alarm off. Like, fog set the fire alarm off? Like, apparently it does, because we're all down here, and there's fog just rolling out, and there's like effects and lights going. This is 3 in the morning.
Why is there a fog machine at base?
Oh, it wasn't basic. It was like the AIT part afterwards. So it's more like college. It's a little more relaxed. You can actually get stuff in your room.
Not mine.
Oh,
I was in
somebody's
OSET. I
room,
stayed in
okay.
basic training situation the entire time.
Yeah, but for pretty much it was just like college at this point, and I just remember like everybody was quiet, and after we shivering for like 5 minutes, he's like, "It's mine. It's my fog machine." And he goes, "Why do you have a fog machine?" He's like, "It's for movie effects." And he's like, "Why are you doing movie effects at 3 in the fucking morning?" And then he's like, I don't know. And then, you know.
TikToks.
Yeah. Dude, it's
This
so
is
annoying.
pre-TikTok age.
Yeah.
What's one of the questions he asked?
Well, back to his emails. Oh, fuck boy. What is his name? Fuck face is what his name is. All right, so, he says, this one's weird. Well, that's not weird. I mean, I don't do it much anymore, obviously. Best pickup lines you guys have used.
Well, we're all a bunch of bitches and too scared to talk to women. So.
That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Usually I'm just like, hey.
Like, run away.
No, but back in the day when, single days, me and Spencer used to think of some clever lines to say to people, ladies, and this wasn't like mine, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it's been around, but I was like, hey, you'd make a good ex-wife one day, and she'd be like, oh my God, something shocking. Generally when you're being too sweet, that's not the way you want to go. You want to say something that's going to shock them. You know what I'm saying? Something that's going to, like, draw them in. Like,
Actually, I'm pretty sure way back in the day. Now, I could be totally wrong about the person involved with this, but I believe actually it's my buddy Trey who's sitting here with us today. All right, I think we were both on Tinder or Facebook or something in that category. Now, I could be wrong on this, but Trey might have wrote the girl first. We both matched with her, whatever. He was like, hey, I don't know if anybody told you this or not, but told you this today or not, but you're beautiful or some shit along those lines. Was that you? And then momentarily after, like, I said the same thing to her, and she said, like, responded like 2 different things, like, back to both of us.
Not me that I'm aware of, because I never ran with the Tinder game. So
Like I said, it could have been on Facebook or something in that
Probably
category,
Facebook.
but
it could have been Facebook Messenger. It's a possibility. That was always a go-to.
I do have one that a girl actually sent me. This girl, like, she messaged me and
you talking about the other day, and I was like, we both matched with her on Tinder, and she didn't message me the same?
yeah, boy, tag
Hold on.
team. You're Shawn Michaels, I'm Triple H.
not meant to be a Tinder thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like, let me say it. So, like, rewind that.
Let it say.
But anyway,
Think I'm cute.
so this one time I had this girl message me, and I believe what she sent me was, I didn't see it till like some days later or something like that. Just randomly messaged me one day, and she said, "Roses are red, my truck tires are black. You trying to come over and blow out my back?" And I was like, I didn't see it until some days later, and I was just like, "What the fuck?" I didn't really know how to take it. I was just like, I'm not even writing that back. I'm not even going to like respond to that. She don't even know what the fuck to say.
It's a bot.
Yeah, it's some bot or whatever the hell.
Some-
I don't know. I
I
was
mean,
just like,
Russian
me
troll
personally,
farm.
like, absolutely, and then I would just ask for address. I mean, that's just how it goes.
yeah, I guess so.
Then if you show up and it's not a good time, you could just leave. But you show up and it could be a good time, and then the only downside is if you can't deliver what she asked.
You know, Barry doesn't care what it is. He just wants something other than his hand. You know? That's
Very true, man.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, that's not what we live for.
Yeah, man. Like that avocado I just threw away, man. That's just potential in your eyes, huh, Barry?
No, the avocado look disgusting, man. Avocados are disgusting.
I had a half-sliced avocado I just brought from the house and brought it
Who
here.
brings a half-sliced
it
avocado?
was- it was no
It's
Ziploc
somebody
bag.
else's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, not in a bag or in a container. No Tupperware involved. Just a random half slice of avocado, all brown and fucking disgusting.
Just like face on our like glass table, like no napkin, no kind
basically
of buffer, not
eating
a
it
coaster.
like an apple.
Yeah, it was gross, man.
Skin and all.
Well, see, Russell did this thing this one time. It was just disgusting. Like, it wasn't really that disgusting, but it was just like hard to watch. I don't know what it is, but Russell has the
It was
determined.
off.
Yeah, but anyway, Russell has like just the most determination I've ever seen of any man on the planet. So one time I was at his house and you know we was like playing guitar or something. He's like, "Hang on, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go make me a potato. You want one?" I'm like, "No, I don't want your potato."
Surprising.
And so a few minutes later, he comes back with this a whole sweet potato that he just put in the microwave and heated up. No butter, no nothing, no sugar,
brown
no any
sugar?
type of thing like that.
Marshmallows.
And he's just sitting there. He's like, walking. I was like, "Dude, you want some of this?" I was like, "No, I don't want any." And he just like takes its skin and all just and just bites right into it. And he's sitting there like, oh, it's disgusting. I'm like, "Then stop eating." And he's like,
Nope.
he just takes another bite. He's like,
Dude, Russell thinks
goes right back
anything
at it.
can be cooked in the microwave. This man the other day pulled some solid frozen egg rolls. I don't know how long they've been sitting in this freezer at work.
Year tops.
Possibly. Maybe longer. There's a good chance they were longer.
Trey-
And he's like, "Man, can these be microwaved?" I was like, "Dude, I wouldn't do it." He's like, "Yeah, man, I'll just defrost them first." So this
he
dude,
like leaves them sitting out for the next 6 hours and goes
puts
with
them
it.
in there for like 5 minutes on the defroster.
One of them.
One. And I'm sitting up at the front, and this lady's sitting there, and she's talking with me, and she's like, "Oh my God, what's on fire?" And I'm like, Jesus. Russell has literally stunk up the entire pawn shop, smelling like molded ass egg rolls. Like it was just the worst possible smell ever, and it lingered for days on end, dude.
It looked like
Well,
a
see, the
fucking-
whole point of that was just so he could get one more dump in for the day, possibly 3 after
Oh,
that thing.
100%, man.
Yeah, it's like he did that forcibly to like be able to shit his brains out and just have like no reason to deal with crackheads.
Yeah, the
for
whole
rest of
time
the
he'd
day.
be yelling through the door, "Trey, you were right about those egg rolls, man. You were right, man. I'm sorry."
Russell is the guy that would eat the gas station sushi. 100%.
Oh, man.
I mean, I would like to say there's nothing wrong with popping old, potato in the microwave, letting it roll for a few minutes and eating it.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
I do it all the time, man. You wrap it up in a wet paper napkin, man. It stays moist. It's just like a baked potato.
Yeah, but the thing was
but
like Russell
six
just
minutes
Lazy.
instead of
he just
45.
like put just a whole sweet potato and just ate it essentially a hot sweet potato. It's just like
I've done
like
that.
all
I mean,
raw. Just raw dog, just
Raw
sweet
dog.
potato, man.
I mean, I do that. I mean, I'll pop a potato in the microwave, eat it like an
Yeah,
apple.
but that's
I mean,
a nice
it's not a
little
big deal.
Irish red or some fucking baked potato.
It's not a big deal, but it's
Yeah,
weird.
that bitch was still stiff when I was eating it. To be clear, it wasn't mush.
Did
at
you
all.
not want to put it back in?
It was like an apple. That bitch was hard.
He was eating it like an apple.
I mean, it takes a few minutes in the microwave, man. You gotta flip and rotate. Not you're gonna get some.
He didn't
weird
want it
ends.
too
Let me
hot.
ask y'all a question. Do any of y'all ever eat the gas station boiled eggs?
Oh.
No.
No, I don't think anybody ever has.
Well, used to do that when she was doing her
Protein.
yeah, when she was like doing her weightlifting stuff for her like
Yeah.
show way back in the day.
Shoot by the gas station, like
Yeah, dude,
You
we were
talking
coming-
you talking about the ones in like the red jar?
Pickled red
It was
jar.
something like that. I don't know. It might have been like in like the little like plastic, like a pickle, like
That's
just a regular.
disgusting.
That's fucking
Yeah, dude.
I've
gross.
seen those.
So like we stopped at the gas station one day, like we was coming back from the beach or something like that. And she's like, "I'm hungry, but I can't eat fast food, some other on shit." 'Cause she was still on her
Disciplined.
on her discipline, whatever stuff, and she goes in there, hops in my vehicle, unwraps this hard-boiled
De-shelled.
gas station
It's already
egg.
de-shelled.
It's like I don't remember if it might have been de-shelled or something, but I was just like, that is the most disgusting thing I've ever
And
seen.
she just
anybody.
ate that.
And she
all right,
just
first
straight
off, I can't eat a boiled egg to save my life. That is disgusting. And you know what? You were like, baby, let me get some sugars right after
yeah,
that,
let me get
dude.
some sugar real quick. You
I
know,
love
Oh,
boiled eggs.
dude. Oh,
eggs are
man, you
great.
still have that old yolk in your teeth.
I do. I bet you when you ate her butthole layer that night, it was super gross. Like grosser than usual.
Had a good aftertaste.
oh man, that was
that's
the
dirty,
hardest thing
man.
I ever had to watch and smell in the cab of my truck.
Nah, dude, I told her to get that shit out of there. Eat that fucking shit in the parking
I don't
lot.
know.
You
I've
gonna
gotten
put that in your
wild.
body.
I've probably gotten wild.
I
in
mean,
the truck.
there's only a few gas station hot foods I'll eat.
Hunt Brothers Pizza.
I'll eat the
Yeah.
Hunt Brothers pizza.
I mean, the crispy, crunchy chicken.
And the barbecued pulled chicken or pork. I'll do that too.
Which also give me the shits.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about boiled peanuts. You get
As
some
I've
gas
stated
station
before,
boiled peanuts. Boiled
anything
peanuts.
other than water.
I
gives
mean,
me
where else
shits.
do you get your boiled peanuts from?
Cajun boiled peanuts. I
You
mean,
get
all
the
they do
Cajun
is
boiled
just like
peanuts from the
they
gas
literally
station, that's totally
open
fine.
up the can and dump them in.
Yeah, all
you
they do
can
is
you
heat
can
'em
buy
up.
that at Walmart, but
Yeah, but I'm
it's
lazy.
Just, it's so nostalgic buying it from the gas station. It just feels
Yeah,
like
you
it
get
adds a
you
flavor.
only get boiled peanuts from the gas station. Anybody that doesn't's either a concession stand worker or an asshole.
right.
I used to make the boiled peanuts at the old Jimmy Lowe's fruit stand.
You used to make them?
I used to make them. I used to boil the fuck out of them things.
I bet they sucked.
But they're pretty damn good.
Nah, man.
Never sold them.
Yeah.
Never saw somebody bought them because I fucking kept making them.
They were just
We just kept throwing them out.
yeah.
We'd wait for Barry to get off, and Miss Kathy would be like, "Go throw these out before someone just dies. These are disgusting." She's like, "There's like 5 bags of swamp fire in here. No one can even eat one peanut."
We just feel really bad for him. He's been sad lately, so let's just let
We
him.
gotta let him contribute somehow. He
Yeah.
can't. He'll fucking like die in the heat if he's trying to be out there picking the watermelons. We gotta put him somewhere. He can't sell anything to save his fucking life. That's why I got fired from the pawn shop. It's like, at least let him make
All
some.
right,
fucking
first of all, this was when I was in high school. My only job wasn't to sell
Yeah,
anything.
and those
my
skills
job
carried
at the
through.
fruit stand was to get baked out my mind and put out fucking cabbage. All right.
Barry stacked that shit to the moon.
Oh, dude, no one could stack cabbage higher than I could stack cabbage. You'd be fucking scared to pull one off that fucking
That
stack.
ain't the most Grand Bay thing.
Yeah, because he was so baked, he just kept going until I tapped him on the shoulder. Hey, babe, you can stop now. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Barry be like, "Nope, 3 more boxes. That's the limit. That's the limit."
Oh, dude, I had that cabbage stack looking purty.
Cabbage stack kid.
Oh, man.
My dad joke for the day. You guys like that?
Honestly, I didn't even hear it because I don't have headphones like Rusty.
Yeah, well, when we get more money from you greedy fucking patrons and donors out there, we'll go ahead and buy some new equipment. So it's all your fault we're not successful, people. Every one of you. It's all your fault.
Yep, all 20 of you.
Yeah, all 20 of you.
Oh, we got
Damn, we got 20 now.
Not 4? Woo!
Oh man, we're moving up in the world.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, 5 of our subscribers are in this room.
Fair enough.
So we appreciate the other 15.
Did he have another question?
Yeah, he's got some other ones here.
Let's see what else he's
I
got.
just
That's the longest
bounced
email
around.
review ever.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
It's very in depth.
It's very.
Yes, very in
in
depth.
depth discussion. Okay, what is the best item in the pawn shop right now and why? What's the worst item and why? Well, first of all, let's start out with what's stolen and what ain't stolen. All right. All right. Well, no. Okay, so I'd tell you the best item in the pawn shop right now, there's this little Theragun. I call it the community cheek buster because everybody picks it up and it just hammers you down, using on your cheeks. And it reminds me of, one of those little things that the webcam girls hook up to and get their cheeks busted because it's just clack, 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 and gets that little, it's a Theragun, it's a massage gun.
Oh, like
But I
what
call it
people
the
do. Okay,
community
yeah,
cheek
yeah.
buster. It's essentially what it's one of those.
May not be
That's
the
the
most
best thing.
valuable, but it is the most useful.
It's the most useful.
No community to it. That is solely Russell's cheap buster. Russell's pretty much got his name wrote all over it and just too cheap to go buy the damn.
Oh yeah, yes, exactly. I'll be in that bitch like somebody sitting there waiting to get waited on. I'm sitting there getting my chest, and some lady's looking at me like I'm a freak, And I'm just like,
Do you work here?
yeah.
Yes.
That's how you know I'm a shitbag when they ask me if I work
Has
there.
Russell like just randomly broke out like a softball and started scratching his groin by like grinding on it on the floor
Oh man,
in the middle
no,
of the pawn
Russell.
shop?
It's even better, man. Russell, he'll sit there. He's like, "Yep, time to stretch." I'm like, "All right, man," and boom, right there, middle of the counter, right there in front of every single person, bro. Legs sprawled up, balls bulging out, about to fall off the ground, and just freaking, 45 seconds. And then he'll stand up some lady will be like, hey, I need some help up here. He's like, I got left leg now. Hold on just a second. 45 more seconds. I'm like, golly,
Can't be
man.
unbalanced.
That's what it is, man.
Nah, that's the OCD.
Nah, but yeah, for you guys that didn't know, we didn't get introduced. And my boy Trey here also works at the pawn shop with us. He's a long time friend of the gang here. And so, what do you think is the best item right now, Trey?
Oh, man, dude. It's a lot there. I've been there so long, man. Stuff starts to lose being cool and everything else. But, coolest item in the pawn shop, dude. There's nothing left. My God, it's Christmas time. Everything's basically out of there, so. Coolest thing probably had a pretty badass like remote control airplane that was like $3,800. Like program it, GPS coordinates, all the cool stuff. Like borderline terrorist equipment. Like
I'll say the coolest thing I ever saw at the pawn shop was an authentic 1918 Erfurt German Luger that was in mint condition with like almost no wear or anything like that. Had the original wood-ended magazines with because this is 1918. This is before the Nazis, and obviously the Luger had been around for a long time at that point.
I don't need a history lesson.
Yeah, is it just me, or does it seem like Spencer's like 81 years old right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, he asked me what the coolest thing I've seen. I was just like legitimately the coolest like gun
So Spencer, like when you sit down on the toilet, does your balls droop in the water? The amount of sag they had over the years. Because that story fucking aged me.
Yeah, man. Spencer's over
just
here.
logged off.
Spencer's over here like, Audrey Hepburn used to be a sex symbol. I'm like, nobody gives a fuck. Get the fuck out of my face, old man.
They told me there was going to be flying cars.
Well, I'm just saying, dude, that thing was bad fucking ass.
That's cool, man.
It was.
That's cool, man.
So what was the most disappointing thing?
This one, I mean, this thing, hoverboards, if you guys are familiar with little things you lean on, the thing.
Yeah.
Those are kind of lame. They just sit there forever. And the hoverboard's kind of lame.
Well, you have fun on them until it explodes.
Yeah, absolutely. Battery blows up.
My
then you're in a
sister's house
lawsuit,
actually
yada,
caught on
yada,
fire
yada.
because of one.
Yeah, that's specific. That's the specific reason why we don't take it. Well, they don't take them in
airports,
anymore.
everything like that. Yeah, my nephew, he left it on the charger, I think in the hallway, and they had told him, don't ever plug it in at night, and he ended up plugging it in, and I think at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, Stephanie started smelling some smoke coming through her room, and she's like, what the fuck? She goes up into her door, and her whole hallway is just engulfed in flames.
Jeez, dang.
That's like saying like, oh, why don't you take in Galaxy Note 7?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I don't take in a pre-recalled Galaxy Note 7, big dog, because that shit'll take down a damn 747.
Yeah, I don't know about most disturbing thing, but like most disgusting thing, hands down. Had a nighttime guy at one of our locations. Had a bad narcotics problem. Dude was just all over the place. I mean, like so bad, probably didn't even know his name half the time. Don't know how he still has a job there. Anyway, this random box just comes in. Never opens the box, nothing. Like, gave the guy $10 for it. Next day, I go in there and it's still sitting in the corner like he didn't put it up that night. And I look and I'm like, yo, that's some really weird pictures on there. And open the box up.
Those
and I
pictures
look
on the
at it,
outside of the
on
box?
the outside of the box, yes.
Like what
Well, pretty much it was a cock pump. And he wrote it up
a
as
what?
a
Cock pump.
And he
yes.
wrote it up as a vacuum pump.
Well, he's not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he literally read the box word for word on the description, and it was like penis vacuum pump. Took it in, sitting in the back in this box, just chilling. Looks disgusting. Probably been worn out. I mean, dude, it was rough. Guy did end up getting fired over that one. We was like, man, there's no reason for this. You got to go, brother.
How much you give for it, man?
Things are only like
$10. Y'all fired that man over 10 fucking bucks?
Absolutely, man.
That's just like
$10.
90%.
Dude, just the sanitary
Man,
reasons
did y'all-
alone. My
like,
God, he
I've seen-
probably brought in like 7 different STDs to the pawn shop.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, that's probably a little lower number than what walks through there
Oh,
daily
yeah.
anyway. So
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, y'all have lost money over less, and there's still
Yeah.
guys still working there.
Yeah, definitely lost money over less funny stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, of course, that's pretty gross, but also it's pretty gross when people bring in, like, a TV that's got roach shit all over it and it's greasy and slimy from roaches. And you're like,
Oh, that's the most awkward conversation ever. Like,
Yeah, like,
That's
look,
my favorite.
so-
that's my favorite conversation ever
like
had.
someone
Yeah,
like
you
said
like to
something
look down
and
at
I'm like, so, they called you like, hey, I called about my PlayStation. You said you give me like so and so amount of money. I'm like, because you never give an exact price for the phone. I'm like, hey, I give this or this.
We'll see the
I don't really know
condition.
without looking at it. Could be less, could be more. And then they show up and I'm like, they set it down. It's like, little roaches just crawling out everywhere. And I'm like, hey, actually, I can't take this in. Like, why can't you take it in? You said you could over the phone, but that was before your colony of roaches just ran under my counter and now infected my store. Actually, I should charge you for the bug control guy because you just
well,
nasty up
to be
everything.
fair, they might have had a bad experience with the pest control guy like Michael over here. Shit happens.
Oh.
Yeah.
We don't need to repeat that.
Yeah. But so that was one of his questions, and it was a very stupid, not well thought out question. Thanks
Yeah,
for
man,
that.
fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. And it says, what's the craziest thing you have done and would do it again? So I got about 3 things here. Some of them I'm not very
Craziest thing
proud of.
ever.
Damn.
3.
I got a few of them.
I
But
had a brownie once.
one of the craziest things I did when I was like 15, I went to the mall in Mobile, and I apparently I'd heard rumors that there were Hollister models in other states at malls that would sit at the door shirtless at these Abercrombies and stuff. I was like, we don't have that here. So I went to Abercrombie, and I was about 15 with my cousin, I think a few other friends, some of Spencer's brother's friends, and they were my friends at the time when I used to see them. And anyway, I walked over there, and I decided to take my shirt off and start dancing right in front of the Abercrombie and act like I was a model and hang out. And I was like, hey, how's it going, guys? Good to see you.
They didn't offer you a job?
No, I mean, I only did it for like a minute, and then I got out of there. People started taking pictures, and I was like, I need to get out of here. But I was just like, hey, how's it going? You feeling the vibes?
No,
and
man,
I was
you
just
should've
kind of dancing, just kind of
Should
dancing.
have just took it and ran with it, man.
Yeah,
Hollister should be stroking you a check right now.
yeah,
You've been all right.
yeah.
Man, I don't know. The craziest thing I've ever done. That's
What a terrible question.
It's a terrible
yeah,
question.
It's
so
open-ended.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
so
I mean,
broad.
Jesus, man.
Well, again, one of the worst things I've done, and I've talked about this before, but milkshake bombing that guy going down the road while he's shaking one of them like cash money for gold signs in the middle of July.
That's so sad.
that was foul. And me and Spencer earlier were talking about when we were teens in his truck and we were shooting bottle rockets at joggers.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's not necessarily the craziest thing, but it's
This is very
stupid.
rude. That's very
But
stupid.
no, like
rude.
we just
That's
get
not crazy at all.
we get super like hyped up like, around this time of the year. New Year's is coming up, and all pyrotechnics and stuff like that. Just get way too into it. But anyway, so we decided. There's a weird thing about like whenever you're young, you just feel like you can legitimately get away with anything.
You do.
And shit just does not matter. Yeah, as you get older, you start like developing at least a slight sense of humanity, I guess.
Yeah.
But like pre then, like nah. Now we were driving down to go downtown one time, and then it was just after like Christmas or 4th of July, one of the two, and around this time it was like 6 o'clock or whatever, and there was still a lot of people doing their like after work like runs and stuff down this particular road, and there was a lot of rich ass people that just I guess they can do that type of thing. I don't know. But anyway, and so we was like, dude, let's light these bottle rockets and Roman candles up. And so we just straight up drive by, like, I don't know how many joggers, just like, dude, here's one coming up, slow down. I was like, all right, just like light it up and get my car all smoky and everything like that. Just pull right up next to him, bam, just like light them up, and just take off. Man,
Seemed like
Oh,
a good
man.
idea at the time. Obviously, it was a terrible idea.
Yeah,
But do I regret it? No. I mean, it was a building process. Everybody's got to.
I mean, we used to play chicken with it's more like we'd play like firing squad.
Okay,
with-
first of all, so speaking of, I'm getting on tangent here. So part of this behavior, I'm gonna blame it on Spencer's grandparents because they are
Yeah.
cool with this man. Like, so Spencer would get sparklers, and I'm not gonna tell you. Well, I will tell you how to do it. Fuck it. So pretty much, if you get sparklers and you electrical tape them together super hard and get them super tight, leave the fuse out.
they come out every year to watch us. do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you would think, like, old people like, nah, y'all shouldn't be doing that. You'll blow your hand off. But
Nah,
no, especially
like-
grandparents like, how big you making now in this year? Gonna be bigger than that one last year. And sure enough, the whole family comes out and they'll have about 4 or 5 sparkler bombs. And when I say You have to light them and take off full speed, and they rattle the fucking ground. It's like, I mean, you'll feel.
Well, you gotta understand, dude. Like, we grew up, and like we used to have like the absolute nastiest bottle rocket wars, and they'd be the ringleaders.
Oh yeah.
And this is kind of where I'm going with that previous story. Like, they would allow us. They didn't give a shit. Is I remember we was up at the farm one time, like for like New Year's. I was up there with all like the rest of my cousins and stuff, and we played firing squad because it's like our older cousins would like terrorize us, right? And so what they would do, we'd all like stand like side by side in the line, a little bit of space between us. You can't be too ridiculous, but anyway, and they'd hold a mortar, throw it in the tube, boom, and shoot it straight at us. And like if you moved, you're a bitch, you know what I mean, like type thing.
If you move, you're grounded.
Yeah,
I got the shakes at my old age.
Yeah, so I mean that was probably the craziest thing I've ever done. I have not been hit with one, luckily enough. But I mean, I've like naded plenty of them at people. We would like be across from each other. He'd have his fort over here. I'd have my fort over here. We'd throw it in the tube and boom, and just like blow the shit out of their fort and everything like that. Our older cousins used to run us down and like pin us to the ground and try and like fucking point blank Roman candles at us.
Oh, jeez.
We'd run around with we get the whole thing of Saturn missiles, and we'd have it like the 1,000 count Saturn missiles in the can, or in the big box 1,000 count, and we'd run with that thing and just light just like lighting everybody up, getting hit with them things.
Brutal, man.
Yeah, dude, that shit was a fucking war zone growing up, man.
Barry's just a terrible person all around, so this is a very easy question for him. He could just sit down and.
All right, so just going off of Spencer's story earlier, like how he would drive down the street and shoot joggers with bottle rockets, which is pretty fucked. I think. All right, this might go along with like Michael's story. Michael's
I'm
question.
going to go ahead and point out to the listeners here. Michael is eating chips during our podcast. What a fucking asshole!
Can y'all hear it?
Hey, everybody, it's going to be a moment of silence. Shame.
Shame the non-believer.
Oh, dude, that man's hungry, man. Let him fucking eat.
It's a podcast, Michael. Jeez, we've been through this with the steaks. We back at this.
And I will do it again.
Dude, this guy, let me tell you. You think I
No,
don't give
Russell,
a fuck?
if you don't shut the fuck up, I was telling a story.
Okay, let me tell you something. If you think
Let me tell you something, man, with your clear hair on top of your head.
Barry's in here drinking.
That's a unique
You're
way to
bald
call
as
you
fuck,
bald.
Barry. You're bald. You're bald as fuck,
Yeah,
Barry.
but Barry's
You
bald
have-
with a hairline.
You have big ears.
You know
and
what,
it's
man?
off-putting.
Well, first off, let our listeners decide. You know what? Who is the more attractive bald guy here? Is it Rusty or is it me?
They can't see either of us. We don't have fucking cameras because the fucking donors won't send us no money. It all amounts to you guys in
Man,
here.
man,
It's gonna
fuck them
turn.
donors and fuck your bald ass head. I'm the better looking bald guy.
All right, so I'm gonna wrap this up and let Barry get to his story before he has a twitch attack, falls on the floor, starts seizing. All right, so this is what happened. All right, this is what happened. Fuck all these guys for not donating. Michael, you're an asshole for eating chips, and Barry, you just keep on, man. You'll get there. All right,
Yeah, dude.
go ahead.
And don't lose any more hair, Russell, man. I hate for you to lose some sideburns here.
Fuck out of here, Barry.
All right. So going off like Spencer's story from earlier, just like, he was shooting bottle rockets at joggers. I think this story kind of tops it off, but like Michael a few weeks ago.
trying to one up me, Barry.
No. He asked a story like, when did you use up all your good karma? And you know what? This didn't pop in my head. Spencer, you triggered this memory. So way back in the day, I was hanging with this guy named, we'll call him,
Just call him his name.
we're going to call him Chester.
Chester.
Me and Chester used to ride around, just being dicks, whatever, because we were dicks. And, me and Chester, used to dip our skull, man. We'd spit in these bottles, fill them on up, whatever. Well, this time we happened to have one of them fucking Starbucks, oh no, no, wasn't a Starbucks. It was
Like one of them big gulps from the gas station.
all right. I have two stories about this. No, we had once had a Starbucks glass bottle.
Oh, fuck.
All right, but I'm going on a story with a jogger. It was like a McDonald's like sweet teacup, old styrofoam motherfucker. And we've been spitting in it all day, been hooting and hollering, doing all our regular hick shit, right? And
Shooting road signs.
yeah, we've been
And
shooting
your fucking
road
93
signs.
Silverado.
No, we've been raising hell, praising Dell. You know what I mean? Just all day long. got this fucking McDonald's cup just, slap full of fucking old dirty ass chaw spit. And, and this guy's a little wilder than me, I mean, he had a real wild, like, destructive, like, hair in him. And, we're just cruising down the road. He's driving. Let me say this. Everyone used to, like, throw shit out, the window, try to hit a sign. That's cool, man. You fucking smack the fuck out that sign. Everyone gets hyped up in the car. You know what I mean?
Woo!
Yeah. All right. Well, this man, we see some dude just jogging, whatever. I'm just like, hey, enjoying my day. Old dude rolls down the window and he just grabs that fucking McDonald's cup and just bleh, and just perfectly just smacks this fucking dude in the chest. I'm talking just impact, just splatters. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And he's like, I got that fucker good, right? Like, no,
Got that fucker.
And, we look back, and this motherfucker is just like white knuckle, just standing there, just powering up, and just turns and
Going
starts,
full Super Saiyan.
oh, dude, he just fucking, and just fucking turns and starts sprinting. Like, motherfucker ain't catching up with a fucking vehicle going 45 or however. I mean, it probably honestly hurt. I mean, fucking even a styrofoam cup, with that kind of speed, is probably gonna fucking leave a bruise.
Full of ice and spit.
Like, you gotta think about it. I mean, this guy could have been fucking, he could have been 10th mile from his house. So this guy could have been a fucking
minute away.
He could have been a minute, dude, just fucking smacked with that shit. Just pissed off, man.
Now he had an excuse. to
Ruined
run
his
with the
best
shirt
good
off.
jogging shirt.
Oh, dude, now I just felt bad. No, dude was shirtless. I mean, dude, it's probably on his waistline, like everything. Like, he fucking knew. It's been different. Like, you would have smacked him with the tea. There wasn't no tea in that cup. Oh, dude, I felt bad, man. I was like, oh, fuck, man. Like, he's like, yeah.
But you can't stop at that point. He's got to
Nah,
keep
man,
letting
you
it
gotta
roll.
keep going. That dude would kicked our ass, man. He was definitely in good shape. And you couldn't have grabbed him. He was all slippery from the spit. But no, same guy. I'm riding with Chester another day. And, we've been spitting in this fucking, Starbucks drink. And, just like I said.
That's one of the gas station glass Starbucks drinks.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Jesus.
And, like I said, this guy kind of had like this destructive, like, mindset. He's like, yeah, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Just like, yeah.
Like Beavis.
Oh, Beavis, man. And old Beavis fucking just, we're cruising down the street, rolls his window down. I'm like, all right, man, maybe ripped ass or something like that. He's just like, psh, like throws that bitch out the window, oncoming traffic, shatters her fucking windshield.
Cool.
Holy fuck.
Oh, statute of limitations. And I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, just go. And I'm like, the fuck, man? I'm just like chilling here, probably baked out my mind or whatever. I was really baked most of those years. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man, this is serious. That dude just takes off, man. We're in this old Ford, man. Just, like, trying to get down the road. Like, oh, God, I hope this car can't keep up with us.
That makes me so mad.
Oh, dude. Oh, man. You talking
Dude,
about,
I'd be
like,
pissed.
you talking about just, like, cold sweats, just, like, freaking out, man?
Russell, didn't you say that you were riding with somebody one time and they threw a beer bottle out and hit, like, somebody?
Yeah, so this one, man. So I baled
It was
hay
Russell.
and I baled hay and done picked watermelons for several guys over the years, several different people. But anyway, there's this one particular guy, and we're riding in the back of this pickup truck with our shirts off down a country road, yee, and we were riding to a watermelon patch to go pick some watermelons, and I remember there was like a cooler in the back, and there was beer and there was water in there, and I started, being kind of funny. And I'm sitting there joking with this fella that's riding back. First of all, this is that guy who sadly put all them cats to rest and sent them up to baby Jesus.
And fuck that girl with her cousin.
Yeah. So he's, neighborhood psychopath, right? So anyway, this guy was sitting there riding. I was like, hey, man, I'm sitting there. We're passing cars on this little country road. I'm like, hey, man, how funny would it be if I threw a piece of ice? And he's giggling. And I'm giggling. He's just looking straight faced. Like, yeah, that's cool, man. We keep riding. And he is on the, I'm on the side of the truck, like closest to the lane. And he's on the other side of the truck toward the grass. So he's away from the lane. And no shit, man. We were driving down the street. And after I giggled a little bit about maybe I'll throw some ice, this fucking guy sky hooks, like, what's the ball player? Abdul-Jabbar. Sky hooks a fucking Michelob bottle full of beer, smashes on the fucking car going the other way. And I'm like, middle of the day, didn't give a fuck. I'm like, dude, we're going like 40 mile an hour, and he clearly seen us.
What do you think ice would do?
Yeah, well, it's just a little bitty chunk of
That'd
ice.
shatter a window.
Nah, not that Sam Superburger ice.
Not that old,
Or the Sonic ice.
old ice from the gas station, man. Yeah, but anyway, this dude fucking just sky hooks a damn beer bottle. I'm like, Jesus,
turn
man.
around?
You instigated it. That's how
No,
I
he
see
didn't. They
it.
didn't turn around. He just kept going.
Fucking
and-
pussies.
I guess, dude, just straight up, man. That was very impressive.
They probably
Like,
died. Got it
Yeah,
right
man,
to the
it's a good
face.
hook shot. Dude, I'm gonna tell you another story. So me and this guy I used to hang out with all the time, like growing up. We were good friends growing up. Lived right down the road from me, and then he moved, a couple roads down, whatever. And we're, like coming from his house to my house, we'd have to go over the interstate pass, like a bridge over the interstate, and so me and this dude's cruising down the street. And, like, we got in this habit of, like, we always went to McDonald's, man. Dude, when McDonald's came to our little town, like, dude, we were just, like...
Dude, McDonald's is a place
That's
to
the
be.
meeting
It was the place to be, man. Like, it was the food, man, like, everything, the atmosphere.
It was a status thing. Like, you had to be there. You're not
You got to
cool.
go play the game, sit there, squat up, take the whole corner right there. Like, that's all you had to do at McDonald's, man.
Spicy chicken.
Dude, bust the salt shakers, man. Still the chairs, still the wet floor signs, man. We took it off.
People did like the quarter flip and then smack the salt on top
Dude,
of
I
it.
wish I could find that chair. That was a good damn chair.
Dude.
But no, besides the point. So we got in this habit of, like, anytime we ever got nuggets or something like that, we would, anytime we were going down across that bridge, we'd keep all our extra sauce packets and throw them over to the interstate traffic.
Skyhook them fuckers on over.
And dude, so we're cruising one day, and old dude was like, all right, man, it's my turn. Well, he's driving, you know what I mean? He has to, like, either he can try to shoot it, across the lane of traffic, or he can shoot
Hook it over.
Yeah, or he can, no. His thing was like, I'm going to throw it through, I'm going to roll down my passenger window, and he's going to throw it this way.
Oh, across you, yeah.
All right, so when he goes to throw it, he jerks the wheel like instant karma. Right? We hit the side of the bridge, and it's like, skirt.
Oh, you deserve
Like just
that.
humming, dude. We were probably, at that age, you don't care about speed limit. We're probably going 65, 70. And he's like, and like locks the tires up. And like we pull over to the side of the road, and we're like, oh my God, we about fucking died. And we got going back down the road, like got back to my house, and, like looked at the tires all scraped. And he's like, dude, you don't think my parents will see that, do you? I was like, nah, probably not, man. And but just like after that, we never did that again, man. Like we realized, that is something we probably shouldn't be doing. And you know what?
After their near-death experience.
Because not only is it dangerous for us, it is dangerous for the people below us. Not as much dangerous for them because, like, oh, man, you're driving the road and blah, a little barbecue
Oh yeah,
sauce.
just like
Yeah,
whole
but
sauce
the
packet
pure like shock
interfering
of
with your
it,
vision.
Yeah.
Just ketchup everywhere. You can't even see through it no more. Nah, not dangerous at all. Doing
I mean,
70 on the
one
interstate.
barbecue sauce packet isn't going to fucking make you wreck on the interstate.
Maybe.
All right, I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna throw like a barbecue sauce packet as hard as I can at your windshield. See how far I get the bus to like spread. And you're gonna sit in your car and see how much like vision you have after that point.
This is how bad
I mean,
we were,
what are
man.
the odds that you actually hit a car?
Well, it's not zero.
How bad is
Eggs. Forget the sauce packets. Eggs. That's where
Eggs.
it was at in high school. Man.
Eggs were brutal, man.
No, we never egged any cars, man.
I egged
Russell did. Russell was an
plenty of
egger.
cars. Yeah, I was an
dude,
egger.
I had tons of stories about eggs.
Well, that's because you hung out with fucking the all the time.
No, man. Those guys were pretty bad about it too. But the worst one was old Big Hefty, old Jacob.
Oh, yeah.
My man Jacob, dude. That dude, we'd literally get off from school on like a Friday afternoon. And he'd just be like reminiscing about it, it seemed like throughout the day. Because he'd call me as soon as we got out of school. Hey, man. Because so where I lived in Grand Bay was literally like half a mile and you're on the interstate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all woods and it's like prime territory. Like just easy
Yeah,
money.
I mean, from your house, you could hook it from that back of that property to the interstate.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
And so Jacob's like, bro, he's like, man, I just bought $30 worth of eggs. He's like,
That's a lot of eggs.
He's like, dude, me, you, and Matt, man, we're gonna sit out there, we're gonna fucking egg cars all night. I'm like, whatever, man. Heck yeah, sounds good. And this dude, literally, he comes over there.
So savage.
Dude, he was
12
bad. Dude, it was rough. I'm talking, we've been peppering cars for probably like 20, 30 minutes. Well, finally, we're getting pretty thin on eggs because we're both, nobody could hit cars at one time, but then we would just smack a random one and just like, freak out. But so Jacob said, screw this, dude. He said, I ain't wasting that $30 and not hitting a single car. He said, watch this shit. I said, all right, bro. He takes off. If you can imagine, if you ever knew Jacob, man, his big self running through the woods, hiking over limbs, jumping this fence, gets out there, goes on the grass, like literally by the
On the
interstate
damn shoulder.
traffic. Yes, on the shoulder of the interstate. And just takes a dozen and just dumps it straight up in the air as an 18-wheeler's coming. And then you just see Jacob just booking it back to the woods, and you just hear the brakes lock up, and this
You hear
dude,
the air let go.
yeah, you hear, and this dude comes out, and you hear, boom, 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 just letting off shots, letting them ring, son. We're like 16-year-old kids just hauling butt back home. I'm like, oh my god, dude. I'm like, that was near death experience.
So I've had similar experiences with the same guy, but the thing is, he, back in high school, $40 was a lot of money to me because, I get that from mowing
Fuck, I'm
grass or
unemployed.
something.
That's a lot of money to me right now.
Yeah, and so I remember I'd also hung out with him before and egged, and he'd show up, sure enough, with $30, $40 worth of eggs. You're like, dude, how do you afford this, man? Like, that's a lot of money to be spending on eggs, dude. You could save that for, Axe cologne or something, man.
Axe body spray
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
locker room.
Yeah, and so anyway, the thing about Jacob is he would take it too far, just like you're saying. He'd get agitated, and if me and him were we used to do it at his mom's house in these bushes, and it was by the state line, so, they you can hit them, and they keep going.
Also prime territory.
Yeah, but so we'd get them there, and we'd get where we were missing them, and it was fucked up because he would, all right, deuces, Trey. Trey's out, guys.
I will see y'all later, man.
Yes, sir.
Take it home to the wifey.
But the messed up thing was though is he would run and he'd get frustrated if he didn't hit him. So he'd say, "Fuck this bush. That's like 20 yards I got to throw it. I'm gonna run up right upside the road where they can see me. And I'm still gonna throw it. They won't stop." He had this mentality. I'm like, yes, they will stop if you run out in the fucking road. Look them in the eye as you're throwing the egg. They'll stop. I mean, they never did, but yeah, he was ballsy with it, man.
Dude, if you never break eye contact with whatever you do, you'll freeze somebody in their tracks. Like, there's nothing they can do about it.
You just stand there, just hold the egg, and just yeah. You can't see what I'm doing, but yeah.
And for the record, some of our younger listeners out there, we don't condone any of this. All right, so it's no wonder
Makes
we
for good stories, but we don't condone it.
Yeah, we don't
No, we lived and we learned, and now we're all law-abiding citizens.
Yes, and let me tell you right now,
I'll tell you right now,
Change
I use
is
my turn
possible.
signal any time I make a turn.
Yeah,
90% I make. 90% of the turns I make.
but man, we grew up with some crazy times, man. But anyways, guys,
There's did you have one more question?
yeah, he had one more question. I was gonna put this toward the end as we're wrapping the show up. So he says, merchandise for the podcast? Question mark. Yeah, so we're thinking about for our Patreon subscribers, or patrons rather, as they call them, when you finally join, we're going to put up some bonus content for you, some fun episodes, like bonus episodes. We're going to send you some merch if you get the highest tier, but we'll put some merch up for sale soon anyway. But yeah, we're going to do probably t-shirts, car decals, hoodies, or just to name a few.
Yeah, I'd like to do some hats soon.
Hats. So you got, send us some suggestions, guys. We're open to them.
Custom tampons.
Yeah,
actually, it would
would
be
you like a Rusty Chatter's custom tampon?
A custom condom.
Oh, that'd be cool, man.
Oh man, a rusty condom.
It's actually a tattoo condom, so when you take it off, it says Rusty Chatters. Right?
Oh, it's like a little licking stick.
And since since Barry is bald and all veiny, it could be like you could just have a faint picture of Barry's head on the end of the condom.
Yeah, if you got like a
looking
big
like
curly
Steve-O.
bush or something like that, it can be Michael's. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh, that'd be funny. It's like,
know
do I
what?
have a condom for each of the members?
You know, man, not we could do, which just might be getting too provocative in our podcast. Now, you know what? No one likes to be too provocative, but we could do Rusty Chatter's, on dick molding dildos. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Esther will totally fly for that.
Look, you know what I mean? Whoever's your favorite Rusty Chatters,
Get their
Speaker.
schmeat. Get their schmeat at
you
your
can get their
house.
schmeat and bring it to the home. It's something, little something from us to bring home to you.
This is about
know,
as great as an idea as y'all trying to advertise on Pornhub.
First of all, we are gonna advertise on Pornhub.
Okay,
and it's
so
a
I want
fan-
our I was about to say customers. I want our subscribers or whoever who just listens to this podcast to chime in.
Please
about,
write in.
about how is it a good idea to advertise on Pornhub? Is it a
It's
bad
like-
idea to
Here's the
Look, let me
question
tell you something.
Here's the question I posed to you. All right, so you're sitting there, All right, Russell. So you're sitting there, scrolling through the hub. You can find you a good video where there's, like good, like big titty porn if that's what you're into, man. And people have secrets. But anyway,
You gotta be a secret. Anybody could like that.
yeah, anybody can. But anyway, that's not the point. If you're sitting there, hanging out, doing whatever, you're sitting there, you see the side scrollers of, big dick pills and all this other stuff. This game will make you come in 30 seconds. What do you keep doing? You just keep scrolling past that
Yes.
shit because you're not fucking vulnerable to that
No.
type of thing. But
Because
horny,
of
you're
the
not looking-
specific ad, you're used to seeing that ad.
You're used to
However,
if you happen to scroll on through the hub, and next thing you know, you see a nice old well done ad. Excuse me, a well done ad of the Rusty Chatters podcast. Like as a never before heard this type of thing, or just any podcast in general. Aren't you going to like stop and be like, what the fuck?
No,
I'm gonna have to check that out.
My idea behind it is, look, I'm not talking about beforehand. I'm talking about that moment of clarity when you have afterwards. Like, did I really just watch this
I mean,
video?
I'm not saying you're
is
going
that
to-
what got me off? And you're like, man, what should I be doing right now?
Rusty Chatters podcast.
Rusty Chatters podcast.
Yeah, I'm not saying you have
it's
to.
like
I'm not
right
saying
there,
This
you
is
know
the
what, like-
worst idea.
I'm not.
It's
Saying,
like
I'm not
Rusty
sitting here
Chatters
saying
podcast.
you have to like stop what you're doing like middle of your meat beat. You should.
No, I'm talking about
you
that
should-
moment
or
of
your
clarity
beat-
afterwards.
Your bean
and you're just
flicking
like,
too. Girls watch for it.
You know, you have just that
Or your
moment of
bean
just
flick,
the
whatever.
the most straightforward thought you've had in your life all day. And you know what? Everything's clear to you. Like, you know, that is no longer, a side of you that is, being entertained. You're just like, you know what?
I disagree strongly, and I will state my opinion.
What is going to entertain me now?
No,
Rusty Chatters podcast.
Rusty Chatters podcast.
No, it's okay. So you get horny, you go in, you search for your video. You're not looking at any.
But look,
advertisements.
now,
no, hold on,
look,
no,
we're talking about,
let me-
now
let
we're
me-
talking about beating meat. Now we're
This is what I mean.
No,
This is
I
what
understand. I'm
mean.
interrupting you, but look. Now we're all in the pot, man. Everything's getting mixed together. Look, we originally,
Let me explain.
We're
No.
mixing fluids here.
Look,
me
we're talking about
explain.
merchandise. We're talking about Pornhub. We're talking about that
it
moment of
doesn't
clarity.
matter, because
What do
we
you
got-
need?
we
Rusty
got-
Chatter's fucking dildo.
No.
My man.
Michael
saying
has
is-
thy floor.
Yes. You're not searching for anything. All of a sudden, you see all these advertisements. Cool. You find your video. You do your deed. Afterwards, you feel disgusted, or you just feel like, oh my gosh, who am I? You're not gonna be like, oh, like scrolling at like Instagram or Facebook, like, oh yeah, oh, what's this ad?
Well, think about it.
That-
Think
that's
about it.
interesting.
You don't feel good about watching the milking porn, but you do it anyway. And as you're doing it, you're sitting there, you're getting closer to the video, and then this ad pops up, and all of a sudden you see this guy, one eye closed, smiling, stupid looking gap between his teeth. Barry, right there, Rusty Chatters podcast. You're like, man, you know what? I'm gonna watch that because that's better than me watching milking porn for the 6th time today. We're helping people out, Michael's what we're doing.
okay, so I got this from Pornhub. It was a good idea. They, they helped me through a lot. Like,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
We're helping porn addiction,
Yeah,
Michael. We're steering traffic away. That's a good message. Are
No,
you pro
no,
porn
what you're
addiction?
saying is
Yeah,
is
whoa,
this,
man.
It's this. It's like, oh, I found this on Pornhub. Maybe I'm just going there for advertisement now.
Michael.
Y'all's logic.
No, this is.
sound.
This
I'm
is-
not even poking holes in it. I'm just exposing holes that are already existing.
You like holes because you're a diddler. And that's what this amounts to. No, I'm just kidding.
All I'm saying is I notice every ad that I see, and you'd at least notice.
And have you ever clicked on one and went to be like, oh,
Because
look
they're
at
all
this?
the
Because they're all
same thing.
scams. Yeah, are you saying that we're a scam?
So how do you think? Do you think anybody's gonna think that ours isn't a scam? If
Yes.
they're always used to being scams.
They're all used to seeing
Are you
dick
sure?
pills and meats and that
Yeah,
weird
we're
virtual
not.
porn shit.
We're not. Look, this is no anime porn. This is not anything else other than what it is.
It's
This
just
is
a
the
podcast.
Rusty Chatters podcast.
It doesn't matter.
And you know
though.
what?
If everybody can like,
And we have a
attribute
product to
to
offer.
porn having like,
I'm talking about
spam-
genuine dick castings.
I'm just do that on eBay or Amazon. Like
Genuine.
Yeah, but
Genuine.
on eBay or Amazon, it's not as
Look,
jarring to see an ad. For something else.
Facebook Marketplace. Do whatever.
Yeah, but that's not jarring. You're just scrolling.
So you're saying we
No,
should.
okay. Hold
Look,
on.
look,
If you're scrolling
Hang on,
through
hang on, hang
Facebook
on.
Marketplace,
So
and
this
you're-
is what I gather. You saying sell our schmeats on Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
this.
Because
I
what
like this.
you're telling me, Michael. So what you're telling me is someone's gonna want to meet up with me in a parking lot at Walmart, so they feel safe to buy a dick casting of Rusty right here.
Yeah.
or we can be professional and be like free shipping.
Free shipping with the free schmeat.
Well,
We'll just give them
there's-
away. You know
No,
what?
I'm not on board for this.
None
either.
of the schmeat is free.
I'm just saying.
Look, I'll just give them away. I just want to put my schmeat in clay. I'll be honest with you.
little Christmas stuff.
I'm gonna get one right up there beside my little, picture of the Magic City
Yeah.
trip I took that
If,
one day.
Christmas stocking stuffer.
Fuck it.
It's a
haven't
great
got-
stocking stuffer.
It's the stocking
You
stuff.
can turn it into a Christmas ornament and just dangle from the tree like
Dangle
one.
it from the top of the tree.
I mean,
Russell ain't
You can
got
do whatever
enough
you want
dangle
with
to be
it.
dangling from the top of a tree now.
I mean,
No.
depending on which one you choose, I mean, it could be used as a hammer. It could be used as
But either way,
could be, I mean, there's all
Could be used as a paperweight. I mean,
a
it's just-
paperweight. There's
So
there's
it's
multiple
settled.
possibilities. It's not just.
So it's settled. Michael wants to
but if
sell
we-
Schmeats on
no,
the
if
marketplace.
we can just agree that it's a waste of money to advertise on Pornhub.
But it's dirt cheap and we can try it out.
But it's just
Dirty deeds. and
Michael's just
the
looking at it from a
dirty-
moral standpoint. He just doesn't.
it is literally like, sure, you could take it from moral standard, but I'm not trying to. I'm trying to literally like cash money. That is a waste. Everybody who ever sees an ad on there, you just contribute it being like a virus. It's like, are you really? I mean,
You contribute that because.
But what if we say directly in the ad, "This is not a virus"?
That's what every virus says.
That's what a virus.
No. I think Barry's onto something here.
Hey, so dumb. This is our meat, so we don't have viruses.
this is why I'm actually leaving in May.
Oh damn. I don't know. It's not. We're not here to argue about that, but that is funny.
I'm putting my Schmeat in clay one way or the other. It's happening, man.
Y'all write in any of these good ideas.
Yeah,
Hey, just
man.
remember before you do, trim that bush.
Trim that bush and
You don't want to get it caught in the clay. Also, I do have one more thing I'd like to
Yeah,
add. Well, it's
sure.
more for Barry. So Barry, how'd that date go?
That
A
date?
date?
Look, so I was supposed to have a date with one of our listeners, and unfortunately, I got caught up, and I forgot about it, and I feel terrible. It was because it was so prolonged out because we never know when Rusty's actually going to post these videos,
bitch.
and we say every other Monday, but you know what I mean. It could be Tuesday, it could be Wednesday, it could be the next week. We don't know, and I feel terrible, and I would like to change that, and
Say, please, baby, give me another chance.
baby. no, but for real though, I do feel bad about the date. I had an outfit picked out, had my shoes. You know what I mean?
So wife
and I was
beater
expecting
and
you not to show up
joggers.
anyways, and we was gonna make something funny. I was gonna get Spencer to take a before and after picture of me, like I'm all happy, like excited to go, and then me being drunk and stumbling in the door because you didn't show up, and
Also known as Tuesday.
and the waitress at the restaurant was like, "Hey, I don't think she's gonna show. You want to order?" I'm like, "No, it's fine. I'll take another beer. She's gonna show."
The steak's on us tonight. We're so sorry. You could have got a free steak out of it.
Yeah, dude, it's been sweet.
Yeah, you could have got a free steak. Michael would have brought it here and ate on the goddamn podcast.
And I'll do it again. You can hate on me, man. No, I like re-listening to that podcast, and I never once heard me chew on that steak.
Hey,
It-
but I
no,
would
it's
like to
just the
say
fact that it's
those
like
are very good
You're a
steaks.
victim blamer.
No,
That's what this is.
if Rusty sees us doing anything, like eating whatever, drinking is not such a bad thing. I don't know why that's not as distracting as like putting a chip in your mouth or cutting some
Is
steak.
anybody going to take my side here? This guy's chowing down on Lay's in the middle of the podcast.
Bro, he just eats some chips too. You didn't say nothing.
Well, he's not like...
I was back.
You're
way
a
back
loud
there.
chewer. You're the most obnoxious chewer I've ever heard.
Says Russell.
Says Russell. I was looking at Spencer. I was like, what do you got to say about that,
Oh,
Russell?
dude,
I mean,
this dude
Spence?
straight fucking like ate a fucking avocado like he was eating old fucking beaver all the wrong way earlier, man. And just like mushed the shell in his mouth, just disgusting, man. I wanted to punch him. Oh man, I wanted to bust a fucking lip, man, but it's too bad it's fucking already busted, man. I had a fucking game all 1-2, but I couldn't. It felt too bad. He ain't got no facial features because he ain't got no fucking hair.
Bitch.
You know, our introduction, we never even started off like, this is the Christmas special. You know,
know,
happy holidays to everyone out there.
Is this gonna be the Christmas special?
I guess it's going to have to be, and it's weird because all I've been doing is begging for money and yelling at people and shaming them, so that's our Christmas special.
Well, hey, it ain't Thanksgiving, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, we didn't even make this.
Thankful for what you have. This is Christmas.
We just started this
Giving time.
podcast to let it roll. you
So
know?
let's talk about Christmas. All those Christmases where Barry was expecting a present and his parents came in there and said, "Sorry, son, Santa Claus didn't come today."
Hey, you know what? Hey, real sad story here. Growing up the way I did.
Oh,
I love a sad story.
love a good.
To be honest with you guys and our listeners, there's many of years where there was presents under our tree, and then as the days got closer and closer towards Christmas, those presents started to disappear. They were being returned or given away.
That's so sad, man.
And you know what? You still got to make the best out of it, man. Sometimes you just got to hold that old bike chain, man. Just keep on riding the same old fucking cruiser. And you know what, man? That's what you got to do, man. You just got to keep on keeping on.
Yeah. Like
What's the best Christmas present you ever got?
Best Christmas present I ever got.
Nintendo 64.
Yeah, honestly,
Pretty good.
honestly, I think the best Christmas I ever had was whenever I finally got the PS3.
Really?
Yeah, because it was 2009 at this point. Xbox 360 and this is all first world problems, obviously. But anyway, Xbox 360, PS3 had already been out for like 3 or 4 years, and I'm just me and my brother just been hard knocking it on the old PS1 and PS2, Nintendo 64. Still having a damn good time, mind you, but whenever my dad, like, he didn't tell us he was getting it. But anyway, it was 2009, so we ended up opening up Christmas morning. I was like, holy shit, this is a PS3. I'm about to play online, about to like actually be connected with people. And that was just super awesome. And so I got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Uncharted 2, The Thieves' End, and Metal Gear Solid 4. Like, just all the 3 games, like, I just like could not.
And for those
like,
of you
wait for.
listeners out there that are non-gamers, Modern Warfare 2 is probably the most toxic game lobby you've ever been in. What is a game lobby? Well, when you're sitting there waiting to link up and connect with other players, you're in a lobby, and during that lobby time, you've never heard so many insensitive comments, racial slurs, you name it in your life. That is the most toxic lobby I've ever been in. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
and it
my
was
God.
glorious.
How many
man.
people have fucked your mama in that game?
It was like-
everyone.
it was like, all I know is that my mom's been around town, man.
Oh man, but no. All right.
I have brothers and sisters.
Can't
in
believe
every
she's
state.
lived to tell.
So last year during Christmas time, I was dating this female. I moved away. It was a bad idea. But that
Good
Christmas
idea.
was honestly probably one, like, as in like people associate Christmas with gifts. All right, I have 2 different stories I like to compare. That one was the Christmas where I got the most gifts I've ever received. And just because our parents were very well off to do, and they just loaded us down, it was very nice of them. It was very sweet. No, I enjoyed every bit of it. I did. It was very sweet. We got all these odd name gift cards and different stuff for our house. It was great. Shirts and socks and all the good stuff you would imagine, during Christmas. But I like to compare that to one of the other Christmases I've had. And honestly, I would say, probably one of the hands down best Christmases, because leading up to it, this was just a few years ago. Not when I was a childhood. Not my childhood. You associate Christmas with your childhood. And you're like, oh man, I really remembered when I got that trampoline. It was fucking awesome. I did a fucking triple backflip my very first day. Then fell in there and fucking nut tapped myself right in the springs. It was delightful.
Yeah.
But no, I did get a trampoline one year for Christmas. It was cool.
Damn, dude.
It is
Yep.
nice.
I did too.
I think I
And
did.
definitely.
I lived on that trampoline, man.
Oh, dude, trampoline man, he's fucking over there, old fucking blackfooting the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, great ass time.
You don't realize like how athletic kids are.
Dude, I remember I used to jump on my trampoline with my neighbor kid.
Dude, you can
and
jump
we
on-
fucking get some twigs and back like we were fucking like Harry Potter and that shit up, like, oh, Expecto
Or, like,
Patronum.
think about
Jousting.
like how long you would actually like jump on a trampoline.
Oh, dude, you'd be jumping for hours,
Dude,
man.
you jump on a trampoline for hours as a kid. Now,
Cardio was amazing.
like your kid's cardio is just unbelievable.
Oh, it doesn't even make sense. But
go ahead with your story.
But no, my second story is, all right, and I hate to bring up the military, like we brought it up earlier, it's fucking lame. And but during my deployment, I had no fun, this and that, it's Christmas, I get off work that day, it's probably, actually, I work a 12-hour shift, working the radios, whatever, at our camps, like, talk. And talk for, layman is just, just an office, I was working the radios for people coming in and out. And, get off, and, one of our NCOs is, like, hey, man, hey, I've been saving this, my family sent me a present, it's for everybody. Shows up, he walks out, and he has, like, these 2 bottles of Listerine. I'm like, okay, cool, man, we're all about to fucking brush the fuck out our teeth. Great, you know what I mean?
Yay.
I have toothpaste and mouthwash, dental floss. He's like, no, man, this ain't. He said, this ain't Listerine. My family sent me 2 bottles of Everclear.
Oh, get fucked,
no,
bro.
no, but they were like the big Listerine bottles. So, I mean, they probably it was
48
probably
ounce.
like three bottles of Everclear, maybe 4 of them. They filled these bitches up.
Put a little food dye in to make them look like Listerine.
Yes, they did.
Oh my god.
Like, dude,
that's
like
badass.
Reeve like puts a cellophane on there and everything, which and like which it kind of blew my mind because like at one point like earlier in the year, my uncle sent me some liquor, and he just sent it in the fucking bottle and rolled with it. It's cool. But his family sent him like these big fat ass bottles of fucking Everclear, like in Listerine bottles. Like Reeve put the cellophane on there and everything just so they would pass through customs. And I got off work and I'm like, oh man, it's Christmas. Dinner's already done. I'm eating MRE because fucking yes, our defect, our little tent defect had Christmas dinner, but I got off work after dinner time.
Was this stateside?
No,
Or was this Afghanistan?
it was overseas. And so And he's like, dude, I got these, man. Let's go to the tent and grab some fucking sodas and let's fucking chug this down. So every sip you took, they obviously did not wash them out very well, but they straight taste like Listerine. I was like, dude, there's no way this is licker. It just tastes like Listerine. Like, you're just chugging down Listerine.
Had the same burn and everything.
He just told you it was Everclear.
All
He
right,
just went.
So statute of limitations. But Stanley, you're not allowed to have alcohol over there. But so it's like me, him, like 2 of our other NCOs, a couple of the, so there's only like 6 of us all in total, 6 or 7 of us, and one of the guys is our platoon sergeant. But people are still scared to drink. They're like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. It's against the rules. But our platoon sergeant's doing.
Well, I'll
so
tell you, it's better to
we're-
get hit with a mortar drunk than it is sober. Yeah.
But no, so we just start fucking pounding it out, right? We're just getting fucking shit faced. And, honestly, like, that was our Christmas gift, from him. And it was just like, just months and months of being over there and just being,
Sober.
not necessarily just being sober. It's just like, regardless if you're sober or not, you still have a good time.
Yeah.
But just like, in that situation, it's not a good time. And you're just like really depressed. And just like kind of like just coming together and just like drinking and having a good time and like everyone's kind of involved. Not everybody,
feels
because
normal.
like not everybody wanted to drink, but we just got fucking shit housed, like to the point where we're all like throwing up and our platoon sergeant's like, hey, you and you aren't going to work tomorrow.
Thank
And,
God.
And we like literally just got drunker than fuck and just enjoyed the fuck out of our night, like to the point where like the guy who initially even brought out the alcohol, like he tried fighting one of our other guys and he got pinned down. It was just hilarious. Like everything was just super great, man. I actually got a picture on my phone of all of us. I'll show it to y'all later. And of all of us just, during the middle of the night, just like having a great time together. And it was just like, that was probably the best Christmas I ever had.
That's awesome.
That's a good Christmas story, man. Damn, Barry's got the best Christmas stories
I don't though.
and the worst, but they're
Yeah.
so heartwarming.
We haven't heard all of them. What about you, Rusty?
I can't remember any specific ones. I do remember getting the Nintendo 64. That was really cool.
Oh,
Remember
yeah, you
that
said
at Christmas.
64.
I can't really remember any super awesome Christmas. I went to Bungraft Gardens a few times. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't remember any specific ones.
I had some good ones, like as a kid. Like I got an Xbox, like the first one, and but honestly, I'd have to say honestly, my favorite gift was something I actually gave myself, and that was going back to Oregon. Like after 10 years of not visiting, and I went snowboarding like 2 or 3 times. We went up to like Mount Bachelor, which is like a 15,000 foot mountain, and it had snowed like just the day prior, had like 2 feet of just nice powder. Like everything just felt nice. And it was Christmas Day, and we were coming down this mountain, and it was like a bluebird day, and no clouds in the sky, just clear as could see. You could see from Washington all the way over to I think Idaho. Was just beautiful. That was honestly probably like my favorite Christmas. But my parents, they got me a lot of good things. Like a bike, was probably my most exciting thing. Like just growing up as a kid, like anybody, like, all your friends have a bike and you don't have that bike yet. And then you finally get your bike and you learn how to try to ride it like the first day of Christmas. And I think, my papa, he got me a bike. And I was like probably 7 or 8. And I ran right into the fence.
Ooh.
Yeah. He like pushed me off and we were going from the porch. And he was like, turn right, turn right. And I'm like, still like struggling how to like even move the handlebars and rotate my feet at the same time. And I just freaked out and panicked and just ran right into the fence.
This isn't exactly Christmas related, but speaking of like running into a fence, this is when me and Taylor were young. We just kind of figured out how to ride the four-wheeler around the field and stuff like that. So we were probably like 6 and 5, type thing. And I remember like I just started gunning it, just cruising all the way through here. But little did I realize or even remember that Papa had put up a electric fence for the cows. And so sure enough, I'm just like riding, not paying attention. As a kid, you just don't have like any kind of foresight for anything like that.
That's just Spencer in general.
Yeah, to be fair, you're not wrong. But anyway, so we're like cruising, and I make this turn, and I just like start coming straight up. And somehow, I don't know how I saw it, but I was riding straight towards the electric fence. But as a kid, like what do? You just kind of panic, and you don't know what to do, and you don't grab the brake. You just kind of keep rolling,
Paralyzed.
And so like Taylor doesn't realize, because Taylor's sitting behind me, I'm driving, and Taylor doesn't realize what's going on, and I just like, oh my God, I actually see it, and then I duck, Taylor whips her. I was like, what? And then just clotheslines.
That's some Final Fantasy.
Yeah, clotheslines the electric fence and then gets like yanked off the pole or falls, lands on his head and everything. Like electrocuted and about broke his neck.
I said Final Fantasy. I meant Final Destination.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something. Between Spencer and his brother Taylor,
we got him to piss on an electric fence one time. That was funny.
Oh,
You have to get really close for it to actually make it up your wiener.
Yeah, he was right there.
They
Dude, I got shocked the fuck out of today, man. Oh man, twice. Well, all right. So the first time, so I was helping Spencer's dad.
Another new son.
Work on this rental property he's got. Well, his grandparents' rental property. His dad's trying to move into it. And so I'm sitting there. We're tiling this bathroom, and I hate to interrupt y'all's stories, but
whatever.
Spencer, whoever brought up the electric fence. But no, and I'm over here putting in this, tile around this wall, and Spencer's dad's like, man, pull the outlet through it. And I'm like, all right, I'll try. And I was like, man, I think that shocked me a little bit because it was just a light shock. I feel like a tingle up my arm. And then Jay's like, man, just pull all the wires out, man, and just fucking pull it through. And
He's like, don't grab it by just don't grab it by the gold bars, okay?
Yeah, and I was like, man, you don't think it's gonna shock me? He's like, oh man, just go ahead. I'm like pulling it, and I was like, nee! And I'm like, oh fuck. And so I just laugh about it, man. I was like, damn near fucking died. And
hey, good news is though it fixed his eye and his twitch after that. So he's like,
yeah, man, I no longer have a lazy eye. But no, seriously, I'm like, hey, you fucking do this shit, man. This is fucking stupid. And I was like, you can fucking do this.
You get
$7. His dad gets it fine. I mean, either he couldn't feel the shocks, like he was just so mind dumb or what. Like, I don't know.
No, it's all those calluses, man. He's a working man.
dude, something about being like 15, 16 years old. Electric fly swatters were like the coolest invention known to man when I was 15.
Yeah, yeah.
You'd be tagging your buddy on the elbow. Hey, man. Tick, 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 tick. Ah, fuck.
Have you seen those guns that actually pack in salt and then you shoot it at flies?
Yep.
Yeah.
If I had that as a kid, dude, I would always I would have never came inside. Like I never came inside really as a kid because we weren't allowed. Like mom just kicked us out because she didn't want us dirtying up the house. But if I had that gun as a kid,
I haven't seen
I would
those.
have
I'm gonna
never
check
been
that
bored.
out.
I've seen them at
I
the
had a
flea
BB
market.
gun. I'd fuck up some spiders and all kinds of shit.
They had one at the flea market. It was like $45, and I was like,
What?
Do I really want it? I was like, I do, but I didn't. Like, I didn't want it because I didn't have any. I was older, but I mean, if I had one now, if a subscriber wants to give us a little gift, little salt blaster for the flies,
That'd be dope.
I want one.
I fire Barry up on our first episode of the podcast.
I remember as a kid, like I don't know why I did it or why I even liked it. It doesn't make any sense to me because I would never do that shit again as a kid or anymore.
As a kid.
Yeah, as a kid.
He's
But
still a
anyway,
child.
like so we put up Christmas lights every year, and then we'd also have the big Christmas bulbs and all that type of thing. And for some reason, like I was like 4 years old or something like that. One of those things like you know you did it and you're like you see yourself doing it plenty of times, but it's just like just an old like buried memory type thing. And I remember some of those bulbs like we never like really replaced some of the bulbs. They went out or they got broken. We just left that open socket with electricity running right through it. For some reason, man, I just like really got a kick out of just sticking my whole finger in those sockets and just getting lit the fuck up. And I'd just be walking around just like, ugh! And then just like,
Riding the light.
well, I'm gonna do that again. Just like let it roll.
My wiener next.
I'm gonna try my wiener next. But yeah, no, I was just one of those things you did. But I would never try and do like my tongue to a battery or anything like that. It didn't make any sense. But I don't know. I know I had another story for this podcast. I was like itching to tell. I just
About
can't remember
that
what it is.
cow kicking the shit out of you.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
you haven't told the little
I
cow
remember.
story.
So, as you all know, obviously, my grandparents, stuff I grew up on, like a farm with cows and stuff like that. So the other day, we go over to my grandparents' house to like help my dad and do a few other things like that. And then Pablo comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, I need you to go over here and we got this baby calf or whatever, and we need to put him in the pen, and we got to castrate him." And I was like, all right, it's not my first rodeo with that. I mean, I can do it. Ain't a big deal. So the way you do it, when people think castrating or something like that, a lot of times what you think about is I'm about to like hold this cow down and get some shears out and just freaking just snip them off.
Just tie them up.
Yeah, that's not how it goes. What you have this little pair of this little pliers, right? And it has these 4 fingers on it that spread open. And what you put on these pair of pliers is this like really thick, tight donut like rubber band. And so what you do is you get the cow like in the chute and kind of get him kind of held down a little bit. You take these pliers, spread that donut open, and you pull his balls right through it, and then you let it go. And that donut cinches around his ball sack. And over over a week or so, it just it shucks blood flow, and it just eventually just kind of naturally rots off and falls off. Like no blood, no nothing, no real pain either. So ended up like we couldn't really get just the one cow by himself, so we ended up bringing all the cows into this big pen, and we just like let one cow go at the same one time after the other. So first of all, I went in there, we held this calf down, and I went ahead and did the whole pulling his balls through the thing. Like, these super fuzzy balls, man. It was really weird. I haven't felt that in a while. They were super soft and fuzzy. It was weird.
Oh, he really got a good feel in him.
Yeah, dude. No, like okay, so the thing is,
stay away from my dog. You son of a bitch.
Nah, but the thing is, like we did it like a little later than you should. Usually, if you're going to castrate a bull, turn him into a steer, you need to do it like right after they're born, like within a few days afterwards. That way, they're just super young. Nothing's really going on. They're not as mobile or anything like that. They're just kind of chilling. But at this point, the cow's he's probably about 5-6 weeks old maybe. So his balls are a little bit bigger. So then I had to really get a firm hold grasp on this cow's balls. And I was sitting there trying to shove it through, but they're too big to go through, And I'm like, God damn it, what am I supposed to do here? And so I ended up having to pick one ball up and push one down and get one through it at a time, and then just have to hold it there. Oh my God. And it's really trying to shove this other nut.
I spit on it.
Yeah, I have to shove this other nut. Knowing full well, if anybody's being that rough with my nuts, I'm fucking screaming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I'm sitting there just pressing this ball sack through this through this freaking through these pliers or whatever. And I finally get that other one shoved in there. And I didn't let it go immediately. I was because he's sitting there trying to suck him back up into his body. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there I put that other one in, and I grab a hold of the bottom of the sack, just make sure they're still pulled down. I got both of them feeling for left and right.
Kiss them before I let go.
Yeah, that's the exact thing. And so then I was just let it go. Boom, he's dealt with. So we're well, we got all these other cows in the pen. It's go ahead, and we're gonna tag their ears. And so what you do with that is you're essentially piercing the cow's ear and putting a tag on it.
Yeah. Fat ass,
fat
free
ass,
ear piercing.
It's honestly the probe that has to go through to pierce the ear. Shit, you not. It has to be a centimeter wide.
No, it's the same size as a number 2 pencil.
Yeah.
Why does it have to be that big?
I don't know. It just
It's
does.
just big enough so they don't rip it out.
Yeah, big enough so they don't rip it out. But anyway,
that makes sense. Go on then.
But anyway, that's just what you do, man. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just play the game. And so anyway, we're we tie this cow down or whatever, and I snip that one zero, bring the next another little calf in, but this is a good bit bigger calf. I remember I ended up jumping on top of this calf's back, and ended up he was being all rowdy and stuff, and I put him in a full leg lock.
Full Nelson.
Yeah, dude, I'm on the top of this cow's neck. I've got his head between my legs on a full leg lock. It's choking him out and just holding him to the ground, and I'm just grabbing the tag. I drop it a couple times. He's being gruff and all that
fondling his balls.
No, I'm at the front of the cow. I can't reach that far. But anyway, and so this they start moving real hard.
Yeah, a couple of them didn't even phase them, but
No,
a couple
they
of them
just
you
let
could
it
tell
roll.
it hurt them.
But anyway,
what happened at the end of that day?
Anyway, and so each time I had to go back into the pen and just kind of corner a cow and try and get him through the chute. And it was really tough to deal with. A lot, obviously they don't want to go in there, even though they just got to do it. And we have this big giant bull. He's damn near a ton.
Oh, he's tossing cows around.
Dude, he is tossing cows.
He's pissed off they're all in his area, and he's
he's
headbutting
tossing them around,
picking
headbutting them.
throwing them.
Yeah,
I'm 1,000-pound cows just picking up they ain't fucking shit.
Yeah, and he's trying to throw them through the fence and everything. Yeah, dude, some of the boards and stuff from the pen ended up coming undone. He's shoving them, doing hard shit. And I'm standing there next to him, holy fuck. He's a real nice bull and all that stuff. He's cool as shit. But the thing is, he doesn't understand that. He'll come up and try and play, let you pet him, do all this other stuff, but he wants to play with you. but his playing is like trying to like
He doesn't understand the size.
he doesn't
difference.
understand the size difference. Like he'll wreck my shit. You know what I mean? So he'll start kind of like bucking around, like trying to like pretend to like fight with me, you know. And I'm just like, nah, dude, I ain't trying to mess with you like that. But anyway, and so he's over there doing his thing. I'm trying to corner this cow, right, and get him through the chute. And the other cows are behind me about like 3 feet. You know, I got all these like fucking asses trying to take shits and all this other
Are you
stuff.
trying
like,
to
right behind
corner
me.
a cow or a calf?
Cow. Like
A
this is a
cow?
whole cow. We had all of them in there. We're going to tag all of their ears at this point.
Oh, okay. This is
Yeah,
a
it's
tag.
like,
I
it's
thought
like
you were
20
still
head, it's like 20
castrating.
head of cattle in like a
No,
fucking...
we just had the one we're going to castrate.
Okay.
And the rest of them was like, well, we got them all
Yeah,
here.
the
might
rest
as
of them
well-
keep their balls.
Oh, you didn't castrate too?
No, just one. But whole 2 balls, but 1 sack. And
To break down the math for you.
No, I just thought when he had that one like pierce between his legs, like his head.
No, we were just holding it down because it was not happening.
it was very much so not cooperating.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, and so straight up, I try to corner this one cow or whatever, and the rest of them are behind me, you know, a few feet behind me or whatever, and I'm not paying attention. And this cow's like trying to like get back and forth around back. I'm like sitting there like shuffling back and forth trying to get him through. And little do I know, one of these other cows like somehow got spooked or whatever behind me, and that thing kicked the shit out of my leg. Like, dude, it's a wonder it didn't like split my leg in half. But anyway, I was like, oh god, you know, took a whole calf like right here, and but anyway, so we ended up running them all through until we got down to the last 2. And it's getting darker at this point. My dad's just kind of getting frustrated because he don't know how to operate the damn like ear piercer.
Obviously, he didn't.
He didn't. Like I went right through every time, like just snipped it. But he gets so frustrated, he just like tries to clip them. And he was fucking these cows up though, for real. And he would miss, and he'd pierce their ear, but with no tag, or like partially pierce it with no tag, on accident. Like it would just like mess up the tagger, and so he had to get a whole new one out, then have to go back in and re-pierce and go. And it was just like, dude, it was awful. I was like, Dad, just give me that thing. I ain't got time to deal with this, you know.
You're torturing these poor things.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, it's really kind of how it went. But anyway, so we had the last 2 we had to do. And so we ended up getting one of them in there. And we was like, all right, well, let's just go ahead and board this one in. We'll knock it out.
And at that point in time, I was shuffling the cows in there, and I was doing just fine. I got that cow in there, no problem. And then what did your dad want to do? He's like, oh, let's not.
He's like, no, just don't board up behind. We're going to go ahead and shove both of them in at the same time. Or something like that. And then he starts trying to like rattle with this other one, trying to get him in, or her and him, whichever, in there. And so the other cow ends up backing out. And this one specific one was just being real rowdy, just you could not get it to cooperate. And so sure enough, now he's got 2 cows that are like freaking out, trying to like get around. He starts like pulling the gate around.
Full body cows.
Full-bodied cows, you know, trying to get this gate around and like kind of like force them in there with the gate. But sure enough, they ain't about that life. So then they try and like they push the gate back onto him. He's like, holy shit! And they start trying to go around the gate. And so he leans out trying to like stop him and get in front of him. This cow says, nah, fuck that shit. I'm going up and over. This cow goes up and over on top of the fence, pulls that board down, falls down on top of Dad, tramples him, like slams on his arm and everything like that. And, like Dad took
and I'm like
mean
running
tumble.
over there, so like I'm on the corner, and like I run over there, and like the moment I do that, the whole like the cow jumps over the fence, like he caught the whole fence. And just drug it down with. I mean, talking about this is a 1,500-pound animal, you know, just like grabs the whole fence. And there's another cow with it. And like the bull earlier, who was all bucking and like throwing cows, he threw a cow through the fence and broke one of the boards. So it was already loose. And like,
So this looks like the Berlin Wall just coming down with cows.
oh
Yeah.
no, and I'm like running over there, and like so I don't know what I'm gonna do, but like Mr. J's getting trampled, and I'm like, oh, let me run over there. And like the moment I do, like the whole fucking shebang just comes down, like the
it just barely misses him, like doesn't
like it
fall
just
on him.
used like the whole pen they were in just use up and just falls, like barely misses me and like falls on his dad. And then like the cow's just fucking one of the second cow that backed out like hops over like on the feeding trough, like jumps out of there. Like I don't understand how the feeding trough was even strong enough to hold him up. It's like a plastic bin thing, and he just chops on that motherfucker and hops out. And I'm like, oh fuck. And then his dad's like, no, I'm too tough. Like I'm not hurt.
and then like 5 minutes later, I was like, like all the adrenaline starts like leaving. He's like, oh my god, he's all like stressed out.
Was this before or after the tagging?
This was
During.
This was during. We couldn't get that last cow tag.
There was one tag left to be undone.
But did he already tag? before this?
No, that one cow still doesn't have a tag.
That's
on it.
one-
No, I'm saying when he was trying, like in his attempts to tag.
This is the very last cow we had to do, so all of this stuff has already transpired.
Okay.
What are you missing here?
I was just gonna say, I don't know how y'all are following me. It was just a simple yes or no question. Y'all didn't have to explain
But you confused it.
No, I just said, was this like? Did he actually physically tag a cow before this happened?
Yeah, he did.
It's not hide and seek, Michael.
Yeah,
It's a literal
so that's
tag.
what I'm saying. Like it would honestly, y'all brought this all down. Y'all killed the whole vibe. I was gonna say, haha, that was instant karma kind of thing. But no, y'all were like, well,
Well,
no,
obviously,
there we
we're
go.
on the very last cow.
Yeah, we've already
Like, we've
established.
already
I was
tagged.
just trying to make some clarification, but y'all ruined the whole.
You just don't listen,
Michael,
man.
you ruined it.
No,
You ruined it, Michael.
it wasn't
Yeah.
even listening.
And once again-
I understood it. It was just setting it up, and y'all destroyed it by like making it way more difficult than what it
There
needed
he goes,
to be. It was a
Michael.
yes or no.
Michael ruining the podcast.
And
again.
once again, Michael ruins the Rusty Chatters podcast. I apologize for our listeners.
No, I didn't ruin nothing. I made
You know,
sense. and everybody's
unfortunately,
gonna
this
agree.
was our Christmas special. I understand Michael ruined your Christmas, and
And I love how like we're like still calling our Christmas special, even though we just kind of like shoehorned it in at the very end.
yeah. Well, we forgot.
We meant
You
to
know,
start off with it, but if the
Hey,
listeners
you
stayed
know what?
around that long.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, Happy
Merry
Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa,
Kwanzaa.
Merry
happy-
Christmas.
Whatever you celebrate at this time of year, I mean, man, just happy. Be happy.
Some people just get drunk and abuse their families.
Merry
Hey,
Chrysler.
man, you got to be happy with what you do, man. You got to make the best out of your life.
You know, Christmas was banned for a long time, like here in like the United States and like Great Britain, because like originally the holiday like wasn't so much geared towards like the gift giving and all that type of stuff as it is now. It was originally like a bar room, like tavern type holiday where you just go and get pissed drunk and fight a bunch of people.
What
I mean,
YouTube
ain't that
video?
what you do around
What
here?
YouTube video did you watch?
And a Bible accurate Christmas.
Dude, Spencer subscribes to the most unique.
Look, we all
too.
appreciate everybody listening to Rusty Chatters.
Guys.
No, it was-
podcast.
I mean,
was-
they
it
have
was
good.
from-
They have good
it was
videos.
You know,
from, like-
if
it
you
was
don't
from,
guys
like,
don't
the
stop
50
fucking interrupting
it
me.
was from,
Barry,
like,
we
the
don't want to
six-
talk to you.
It was
We're
from
gonna.
like the
I'm
six-
going
Me and- me and
to
Spencer are having a
spam
conversation.
the clay version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer for the next 4 fucking days.
But anyway, it was like that happened from like I think about the 1400s to like the early 1800s is really what it was. And then like during the mid 1800s or so, there was a renaissance here in the U.S. that caused it to be more geared towards what it is now. I forgot who like shoehorned it into that be that way because it was illegal at that time. And then
Coca-Cola
brought it
started
back.
Christmas. Thank you.
Look, man, nothing makes me sleepier than Xanax and history lessons. So,
You know what?
thanks.
You know what, Russell? I'm going to interrupt you right there because I think we should end off with a Christmas joke.
Okay.
I'm sure you have one, Michael.
I got
'cause
one.
you
I
brought
got
it
one
up.
ready to go.
What is that
I
sugar
told it-
cookie ass about to say?
All right, hey man. So there's this guy. His name is Rudolph the Red, and he's with his wife, and he's looking out the
He's a
window.
Viking.
Yeah, he's looking out the window, and he's like, it's a clear day, super sunny, and he tells his wife, it's gonna rain, and she looks out and she's like, no, it's not. It's not gonna rain. It's all sunny outside. She's like, how do you know that? And he looks at her and he says, Rudolph the Red knows reindeer.
Damn it, that one.
Yeah.
Man, that one hit me in the taint. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening yet again to the Rusty Chatters podcast. This is the longest one we've ever done. This is an hour and 42 minutes, and that is exactly 1 hour and 38 minutes longer than Barry's ever had sex. So, everybody, thanks for coming. Check.
Send us some emails.
Send us some emails. Check us out on Facebook,
Yeah, is
Instagram,
Pornhub ad a
Twitter.
really good idea or not?
Oh, yes. Yeah, give us some feedback. And also, all of our social medias can be found on our link tree, which is on any of our social medias
Hey,
in the description.
and just to there's a slight little just to interrupt you real quick. Do not I know we all told our Christmas stories. You're gonna hear this on Christmas. We do not want to hear your Christmas stories, but fill us in with some emails. Reach out to us. Let us know what you're thinking.
Unless you have a really terrible Christmas story that just like ruined the whole vibe, that'd be cool.
no, because we're not gonna talk about Christmas after Christmas. The tree's coming down.
You're
you know.
right. You're right.
Tree's
yeah.
coming down. I'm going to stop being selfless, and I'm going to go back to my regular
New
ways.
Year's stories. How
Yeah,
about
we
that?
And I
want to hear
have
a New
those.
Year's story about how you almost got to kiss, or almost didn't kiss,
Or
whatever.
you did kiss, you didn't want to kiss.
And you
Yeah.
got tased, and next thing you know, you're calling your mom to get you out of jail. All right, everybody, thanks for coming. Thanks for listening. Deuce.
You're amazing. No, they're not.